Yeah, so last week started off with in the tunnel with the decision to turn right or go north, and then obviously you continued on up, encountered an area where the tunnel was different, got further up, eventually went up the well, got a sense on about where you was, um, and then once you came back, you took this route, which quickly led you into a lot of confusion and fun. Um,
Is that what you call it?
all right, okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said last week, obviously I made the mess up with the fact that when you'd taken damage, you should have known you'd been charmed and by who. That obviously doesn't work for you, Candy. So Quandra wouldn't have known that a charm effect has been done because the spell never got on you to be ended for you to know who done it.
Mhm.
Um, but everyone else who was affected by it then knew who it was who charmed them. Um,
So, does that not mean can we be on our way back then? Because if we know that, like, especially
no, like I
like,
said, I'm gonna do some things now.
all right, okay,
I'm gonna set the scene for you. Kind of, I'm gonna put you. Just gonna quickly run over as a kind of last week what happened and roughly where I'm dropping us now, but what you'll see.
okay, all right. Just I'm going to do a second wind, Brad, while you're doing it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. If you want to do that, you would have had time to do that. So as I said, the charm effect should have obviously been known to the people who were charmed. I didn't go back and look, and it wouldn't have been worth it. I didn't want to do things in a way where I was going to change this part, change that part, and I just want to make the whole lot feel like it still worked. Technically, things could have gone different, but we're going to just kind of keep it going. And in my mind, they wouldn't have been too different anyway. So, uh, with the different bits when people would have been charmed, Fenton would have known it was the girl, as would have Quinn, as would have Belgarian, would have all known that it was the girl that the charm effect would have came from. Um, and for Sammy and Leonidas, you know that it was who's still there. I don't have a token for. So standing right here in between you two is Kasha, who uh, who you wouldn't have known until hardly any time ago. The other guys, it was based on when you kind of actually took the thing that started to wipe your memory. And that's slightly how I'm going to smooth out with what happened with Fenton. Fenton probably would have taken a swing and probably would have went into aggressive mode.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, I don't feel like it would have changed an awful lot.
Okay.
What came next very quickly after that um, was then Leonidas then meeting Kasha, which, like I said, if that had played out, probably wouldn't have gone a lot differently. It might have been a bit different, but I think overall it would have went still the same way. Unless we had infight in the party, which I don't feel like he was quite going to go there. Not on a big level anyway. So with that in mind, you guys would have known that the girl was effectively where the charm effect come from. You two who are currently still down the bottom, you know that the effect has come from the figure that is Kasha, but Kasha still poses no threat, hasn't tried to hit you, hasn't done anything. The only weird thing he's kind of done to this point is led you to here and then gone around a column and back on himself, which now does seem very odd. Um, I'm going to just rather than essentially say I jump back a little bit, I'm essentially just going to say I'm just going to bring forwards when you, Leonidas, got hit by the damage spell. So I'm going to say at the point now where you're walking around this column to keep it all kind of in sync, this is the point at which you're now taking that damage, which has now gone boom. This is where the charm effect has gone. At the same time as that, you're Sammy, you're one. I'm gonna just say that you was already drawing your sword, so you have your sword out. And last time I stopped you because of me thinking at the time, you not knowing. But what I'm going to say is you're now aware, and you've just literally kind of gone over it in your mind. So if you want to take action when we start, and I say kind of come to you as it were, that's when I'm going to kind of say that you're free to do whatever you want. Obviously, you can speak to Leo. Um, he's probably looking a bit confused. If there's one of you who wants to jump ahead of the other, then do say. Because
Me?
obviously there's a bit of fluffiness with the time there.
Yeah, please.
Um, okay, we say that Sammy, we say that you've got your sword out and you're definitely eyeing up
Yeah.
Kasha, but we're
Yeah.
going to jump start with Leo.
Okay.
On top of that, everyone who's got memory wipe, which is everyone other than Quandra, you've got minus 1d4 to every attack roll and ability check. That's not saves. That's just ability checks and attack rolls. So that does cover a lot, but it's not the saves. So there isn't a constant cumulative negative, as it were.
Fucking hell.
That's
The
everyone,
memory
yeah?
for everyone other than Quandra. Quandra's the only one who hasn't been hit by it yet. Everyone who has got memory loss, your memory is lost. There is no specifics as to what, when, and whatnot, because I know you mentioned it, Stuart, in one of the messages. There is no specifics, and I've not given absolute specifics, but it's definitely there's parts of your memory that's gone, and there is a bit of confusion as to what you was doing here. What I would say is obviously to not make it so that you guys are just wandering around. I played on the fact of the confusion last week quite a lot, and then maybe you guys run with it a bit too much, and now I feel like you've all run off in a different direction. It's like, oh well, you kind of still have a sense of who you are. You haven't lost that much of your memory. You've lost different spots. So, in other words, it could get worse. So, in that regard, as I said, the confusion kind of initially hit you. Different bits of memory have gone. You've not lost all your kind of old memories. You may have lost one or two things here or there. There's definitely more recent memory loss. But like I said, I want you to kind of be aware that you can still do stuff. You still kind of know who you are. The party is a bit weird to you. You kind of remember who they are, but you don't remember everything. You don't remember everything of what you've done throughout this last week and a half or so. I think it is about a week and a half. So like I said, with that, we are then going to jump back in just before Leo, you take your turn. This was something I was already thinking of last week, but I'm going to interject it here because it'll probably make more sense. And then I'm going to cut to you after I do this.
Okay.
So what is going to happen is at the point when those two were walking around the pillar, at the same point that that's happening, the four of you guys have kind of made it to the T-junction, started working your way back down south, down the large tunnel. The large tunnel itself was a fair old amount from the cave that you originally had the fights with the rats playing cards in the rat casino, if you like. So it was a fair old way. Yeah, it was a fair old way to get to that. So you guys are walking, you've kind of turned the corner and you've gone to that kind of distance.
Well, I
What I
already
would
said I was
say,
going back, by the way.
yeah. No, I was going to say you can make that point at this as such. You haven't really gone that far. Like the distance isn't like miles or anything like that. It's only hundreds of feet kind of thing, and for you, that's not a big deal as such. Actually, to that regard, you could have potentially turned around a bit earlier if you wanted, because you did say it kind of last session. So I could consider that you were on your way back, and those three are kind of still going with Quandra, are essentially still trying to rally Fenton and Quinn, who
Brad,
in
see,
their
the
confusion.
trouble is if I knew the girl had attacked me, I wouldn't have been leaving this. So
No, I'm aware of that.
okay. All right,
But
no,
at the same time,
that's all.
yeah, at the same time, as I said, I'm going to bring you back, but
In a different way.
yeah, more so in the sense that yes, it would have changed things, but we can't know what definitely would have happened. That
Yeah,
was
fair
more
enough.
in my mind. I knew that the timeline had gone a bit squiffy, but rather than worry about where it would have went, I'm just going to kind of pull it back so that you are back there, and it's almost like a go from this point is what I'm essentially trying to achieve.
Okay. All right.
Because as I said, Chris has only just literally found out, like literally a turn or two ago, that Kasha charmed him, which now puts him very much on the back foot. But before that point, any action you probably would have taken against him would have resulted in Chris potentially of in-party fighting. So it wouldn't have. That's why I was saying it wouldn't have changed too much dramatically. Potentially, yes, you would have still been around. You could have tried to do some things, but
then
overall,
also the girl who charmed me disappeared when I picked her up. So and
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't
That's what I'm
put the girl and the Leonin to be the same thing. So therefore, yeah.
You would if you was around longer. You would have realised that both of them have a sulphury smell coming from them.
Right. Okay.
So there is a connection between them. The only reason why you probably have not really picked up on that is because I think in the element of confusion, I did say it with both of them, but I don't think anyone put it two and two together. But there you go. There's the.
No, I did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
I think
Just blame us.
Yeah.
We're fine with that, Brad.
But like I said, I wanted to smooth it over without kind of doing backpedaling and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't feel like it would have changed an awful lot. Yes, there would have been some things that happened differently, but right now, at the point where we're at, we're relatively going to get back to that point without kind of having some weird timeline issues. So at the point when you're kind of turning around, Belgarian, you're turning around, you've kind of walked off, you're probably back into the beginning areas of this tunnel, walking back down.
I'm going to say to him that I think we've got to go and help our friends. And
Yeah.
that's when I'll walk off.
Okay. So then you backtrack at that point. So
yeah.
I would say somewhere about the same point, because I knew where I was going to do this. It's just at the end of last one, I was trying to eke it to the end of the last. I was trying to get to the end of the session before I kind of did anything, because I knew that I wanted to kind of add this in there. Effectively, I wasn't going to let you go so easy. It just, I think it was David and Chris was doing that last bit around the ring around, and it took longer, so it meant that you guys seemed like you're further away. But like I said, you're only kind of like a couple 100 feet away. And Fenton, at the point when Belgarian has said to you, I think we need to help the others, you've kind of carried on walking still with a bit of confusion, kind of like, what am I doing here? I'm going to get out of here kind of thing. At that point, you start to get this kind of, not necessarily a fearful sense, but a kind of, you start to get this kind of agitated kind of sense. You just feel in some way there's some sort of force or something. Something is, at first it's like you're just uneasy at it, and then you're starting to like, you're kind of then at the point where you stop and are like, what is actually happening? You know something is amiss, and it's almost like you're feeling something around you, some entity, something's close. And
is it getting
at
worse
that
as I
point-
move forward?
No, because you'd stop at that point, and at the point when you stop and you're trying to take stock of what it is you're feeling, it's an alien feeling to you. It's not something you're used to. And at that point, a familiar voice from back down the way you came, back up where Belgarian is headed, you hear a voice, kind of low rumbling, kind of laughter, and instantly you kind of go back to a place. You go back to a place of months ago, and instantly you know who it is. It is a very deep voice, and you hear the laughter at first, and then all of a sudden it's just silence. But you know the voice. The voice is who we were speaking about earlier, and it's a laughing sound. What would you want to do with regards to hearing that?
I'll stop. Someone
Yeah.
tell me what's going on.
You can feel a power that's near. It's not directed anywhere. It's almost like there's an energy around you. And then at that point when you're kind of asking, you kind of look round, and as you look down at your arms, there's a kind of like a blackness to your arms that there wasn't before. There's almost like a shadowiness that's kind of starting to ooze from your arms. And as you look around, all around you, almost like a small, very tight magical shield sort of thing. Around you, there is a slight blurriness of a kind of shady, smoky kind ofness around you. As for Quinn and Quandra, you can't see it.
Okay.
You're the other two that's with him. You can't see it right now. You're seeing Fenton as kind of
Something's
just
happening.
looking and asking you questions, and again, still seems a bit confused.
Are you all right?
Something's happening. There's something on my arms. It's like black
Yeah.
smoke.
You look fine to me.
I can't see anything.
I'll
But
take-
I trust your instincts. What do you want to do?
I don't.
Where's Belgarian gone?
He's gone back to help
Help who?
Eo and Sammy.
They need help.
I think so.
Why are we going this way then?
I'm following you, man. You went that way. I'm trying to get the group back together. Come on, let's go back. We'll go back.
At the point of that conversation finishing, Fenton, you're hearing your name being called from a familiar voice back down the way you've just left, the way Quandra just said to you to go. You can hear your name being called faintly.
I know that voice. Come on in.
What voice?
Oh dear.
He's gone mad.
You guys can't really hear the voice either. Both Quandra or Quinn, you both can't hear the voice he's talking about.
Come on. Let's go.
So you guys are going to turn and head back down to the pipe where you just came from, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quinn as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be left alone.
I'm walking
You
more
get
and more
to
with
the-
purpose.
Yeah, there's definitely a purpose. You get to the point where the tunnel then splits, and as the tunnel splits, you're looking down, Fenton, and now around the edges of the tunnel itself, you can start to see the same kind of shadowy, smoky type thing, just very faintly along the walls of the tunnel as you start to get that direction. And then as you continue, say another 50 feet, you can see that it almost starts to thicken more. There seems to be more of it.
You can't see those shadows up there.
No.
Come, quick.
Okay. After
Right,
you.
so you get to this point where we're at on the map, where your characters are currently standing. Bulgarian, whereabouts did you want to actually go, Bulgarian? You were going to be a step ahead of them. I've just chucked you all the way up to
Bloody
about
hell,
there.
that's loud. 2 seconds. As soon as you
I've chucked
moved
you
there,
into
fucking like well loud.
what the cuddly noise.
What? The leaking PC noise.
Yeah, the leaking PC noise had some.
Yeah, don't worry, that's just David's PC.
Yeah, that's what the files
There's
Yeah.
nothing we can do about that.
Right, there you go. Where?
So I've chucked you
Where?
into the middle of the map.
Yeah, so up there. Yeah, I'll go through into them, to wherever they are. Can't remember where the hole was.
You know the hole roughly was there where they came out of, so you think that's where they may have gone. Can you see? Can you see in front of you? Can you see
Yeah.
something in front of you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So potentially you can take some steps forwards if you want to.
How do I?
So if you press,
thanks,
the
Paul.
easiest way is the arrow keys. Use the arrow keys, and if you
Pause.
press,
Dave's
oh
pause.
sorry, yeah, that would be it. Yeah, if you press down and diagonally, or down and right, it will go diagonally as such. So what I'm going to do, Keith, is I'm going to leave you there before I jump over to Leo and Sammy. So you're just entering at the bottom of the tunnel. So that tunnel you've
There you
come
go.
through, Keith, is a bit of a crawl. You're down on your hands and feet. The floor itself has loads of pools of water. There's kind of a mossy slickness to the floor as you're kind of coming through. You get to just by the end of that tunnel, you can hear Leo and Sammy just kind of very shortly off from you. I think you can roughly just about see them from there. You can't properly see them. I mean, more so your token can see them. You know they're roughly on the other side
Yeah,
of this kind of big stalagmite kind of section piece of stone. That's
I can see X
kind
and I
of
can see
from
Sally.
yeah, from floor to ceiling, you can kind of see this large stone in front of you. So they probably haven't seen you yet. At the same point of that, I'm going to flick back. I just want to check where you were, Bulgarian. Right, Fenton. So you have kind of come to this bit, and what you can notice from here is this little. Can you see that it starts? If you want to move, I'll move you just to here. It might make it easier. You see this area here, this small outcropping.
Yep.
From there, you can see there is a lot of the shadow. So where that shadow, you can see it kind of hazy, smoky kind of shadow on the thing. It then just seems to all concentrate over to that kind of area.
Right, I've got my shield up and I've got my sword ready, and I kind of cut the pie, looking round the corner.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a small, again, similar to what Belgarian just crawled through. It's a small kind of low down, small kind of gap, but the gap is definitely big enough for medium-sized creatures to squeeze into. You've just got to get kind of down and into it.
What do you
Down
see?
and dirty.
You're gonna have to at least pop your head in there just to be able to see in there.
All right. The shadows.
So if you take 1 one more step forwards.
All right, yeah.
In there. So you've now kind of got your head down. You're kind of looking in. You're not actually squeezed in yet. That's what you can see from inside. And as you look inside, you can see it's now almost a choky kind of black, kind of shadowy smoke. It's kind of in areas. It's almost doing a bit of a weird ripply kind of heat effect sort of thing. It's definitely far more than what you've seen up to this point, and it's kind of coming from here, but you have no idea in here where because it's kind of covering most of it in here.
It's
What do you
ex-
see?
I can't see much. It's a really tight corridor.
Your vision is also being obscured by it as well. So your
What,
vision is obviously really good.
Devil's sight is
Mhm.
blocked,
Mhm.
even though it can see through magical darkness.
You're seeing at the moment. You're seeing about 5-10 feet in front of you,
Bloody hell!
even though it goes through magical darkness.
That frightens me.
You're unsure what's going on. It's not something you've seen before, especially considering your eyes are normally doing really well. You've got very used to your kind of vision being very reliable. So at this point now, all this smoke has definitely kind of got you nervy. It's an uneasy feeling that you haven't had for a long time, probably since you was more private in very very old days of becoming a mercenary.
Mm. I'd stick my head back and tell the others what I see. It's a choky corridor. There's I can see shadows, and if the shadows are what I think they are, we're fucked.
We need to group up again.
Right.
Let's go
And
find the others.
These are
and
the same
then-
shadows you were seeing a minute ago that only you
Yeah,
could see.
They've led us. I'm not drinking, if that's what you're thinking.
Can I do a medicine check on him?
You can. I'm going to say do it with disadvantage because he's probably not going to let you.
No, I because of the fact I said I'm not drinking, I'll let him.
Okay, we'll a medicine check. Quinn's going to be kind of looking in your eyes and everything else if you want Quinn to get quite to that level. I'd say it's going to be disadvantage because it's going to be quick and a bit of us are kind of what's going on here then.
Oh, I've got the wrong character sheet up. Well,
Cheating.
I was like, I don't have that good medicine check.
Yeah, you've picked up the 8th level Quinn.
I was looking at a bard.
Oh dear.
Oh, I want the other one back. So I rolled a 10, so that's a 9.
A 9. You're looking over Fenton. Fenton kind of does look stern, self-standing, strong, but you notice Fenton's eyes have gone very wide. The pupils are almost, there's no outer color ring of his eyes. Actually, you can't see.
Do I still have the black
You
on my
can't-
arms?
Yes. You are walking, and it's swaying with you as you walk. Quinn, how can you see?
Can I cast Starting Lights again? I only dismissed it because we were running away before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You would need it right now because you won't be able to see as such. So
Yeah, I wouldn't have anyone.
I'd say
There
you've
is
got
light on me somehow. But...
Yeah, right now you've got the dim light. Then it's on you somehow. I think.
Oh no, I think someone else has it. I think it's like light over here. So... Oh, here's my dancing light.
There you go.
They're here. They are literally. I do have light.
Yeah, it must have been with you. That's what it must have been. Okay, cool. So you can see that Fenton's eyes have gone almost like there's almost something unnatural about his eyes. They don't go that wide, and Fenton's eyes have gone really wide. He's looking at you. He's completely unaware of what his eyes have done. And as you start to look, his eyes kind of almost do a weird, shadowy kind of weird movement in those blacks of his eyes.
And it's not normally like this.
No, you've never seen anything like it.
Quandra, come look at his eyes. Look at.
What's going on?
Just stay still. Look into his eyes. Look.
Fenton, your eyes are. You have no color in them, and we can see blacks.
It's like you're possessed.
Swirlies every now and again.
thought you was going to say my eyes look lovely, and I normally have to pay people to say that.
Well, once they're back to their natural colour, then they'll be beautiful.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on, but
Right, let's go and find the
if,
others.
if Leo's in trouble, we need to get him. We need to find him.
Mhm.
We'll come back for this blackness in a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather have more than less.
I'm gonna stay a bit back, but I'm gonna limp along with you.
Okay, right. That's where I'm going to hold you guys. So hold where you're roughly at the beginning of the pipe where you are, and now I'm going to jump back to Leonidas and Sammy. With Leonidas going first, with Sammy with intentions, shall we say? Leonidas can lead with you, and then see what Sammy wants to do after that.
Okay. I'm going to do it more on a turn base here, Brad. So it's me then Sammy, and I'm going to use
Yeah,
the
that's fine if you
actions
wanna.
as a turn. Yep.
Yeah, I'm roughly considering that each time anyway. We
Yeah.
are at about a point now where we're about at the point where I'm kind of considering that anyway.
Yeah. So I take the damage. Then Sammy, you see Leo take the knee because of the amount of damage he took, and blood pouring from his eyes and his nose, and he's just got his shield to the right hand side of him, so he's taken a knee to the right hand side. He looks up because now he knows he's being charmed, and he's looking at Kasha, and he's looking at Sammy backwards and forwards. He goes in his pot.
Go on, sorry.
He goes into his bag again, and he puts down his wormwood box as his action in the environment.
So you're putting down your box, yeah?
Yeah.
One you had before, okay.
Yeah. So my shield's up in front of me, so he can't see what I was doing.
Yeah, like that.
And then I'm going between Sam and Kasha, and I'm very confused. Very, very confused. My eyes roll back, and then you see the smoking energy coming from my eyes. You see the yellow and orange again, familiar. Indecisive, but it's very, very strange. And it points out to Sammy, and he puts an embalming bond with him and Leo between them two. And he says to Sammy, Nemo.
What did you say?
Nemo.
I can't.
Nevo.
Did you hear me?
Can you spell it?
I said no. N-O.
Oh no. It sounded like you were saying Nemo.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
I said-
thought. Nemo.
I said-
What
I
is
said-
Nemo?
I was thinking of Nemo the fridge.
No. Nemo. No. I go, no. And then look at Sammy. And then
So
I'm
you're in between the two of them, aren't you? In between
Yeah.
Kasha and Sammy.
correct.
Effectively, you're here, and Kasha's now here.
Right.
I don't
Okay,
have a
fine.
token.
I need to make an insight check, Brad, because I need to know whether he's telling me no or whether he's telling Tasha no.
No, I'm
Okay.
looking at you, Sammy. And I've done embalming bond to you.
Okay, so you feel he's done an effect to you, Sammy. You can see you've got the sword. Unless you had no intention to draw it, but I feel like you did.
No, I was drawing my sword, man. I'm taking
Yeah.
damage.
That's what I mean.
Brad?
So I'd say
Something's
you've got
charmed
your
me.
sword. He's seen that, but he's done. Leo has done some sort of effect on you. But his intentions is saying no to you.
Okay. And then I get up and I move 15 foot.
So walking away from the two of them.
Correct. And then
Okay.
after 6 seconds, I'd like to do something else.
Okay, so Sammy, what are you going to do with that knowledge?
What does embalming bond do again?
David, you get a +4 to ability checks, saving throws, and also attack rolls. And so do I.
Blessed.
It's blessed, but it's got ability checks on it.
Yeah. Improve.
And you just walked away.
I did.
I can't take much more of this, mate. just to let you know.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand.
Uh,
Nor can I, mate. You can fucking tell that I can't take any more of this either.
sword and shield between me and Tash. I sort of skirt around this rock here, mate, and I go with Leo.
With Leo, moving along with him.
And Saber gets down in front of us. Saber
Okay.
gets
Pardon?
down there in front of Leo. And we're like if Tash comes forward, in fact, sorry, he's going to go there. If Tash comes forward into this space, he's getting it.
When
And
you're
I say that to Leo. If he comes after us, mate, he's getting it.
No.
Right, Belgarian, you're hearing something funny going on. What do you want to do with what you're hearing?
Right, take it. I can smell this sulphur.
You
Right.
can. It is the similar smell to what you were smelling before.
Upload this. Done it.
But I sort of know if that was the girl.
You're definitely making a connection. You're making a connection in the sense it's the same smell, but it's a very different person. So, how you want to play it. The smell is identical. You can smell the same smell coming from emanating from the direction that the figure is.
Come round. Take it. Where is she? Or he?
Standing. Yeah, where the white mark is.
Sorry, guys.
So I just heard what just happened, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you would have done. Yeah, you're close enough.
Leo, I don't think that's your friend.
AFK 2 minutes.
Okay. So you're going to kind of pull up behind her.
Yeah, I come round here.
There we go. Look, I have a random guard. I'm going to use him.
I
He was
don't
there,
think that's
Brad, I
your
think.
friend, Leo.
Yeah, I'm going to move him forward, I think, Chris.
I'd just say no again.
Here you go.
Okay.
Mouse over him. It's got a name.
There you go. There's my wormwood box.
Oh, yeah. So you put it on the floor in between. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Chris, if you get me killed, this is out of game. I'm going to be very upset. Like Sammy. Alright.
Right, Chris. So we'll probably be coming back to you because Bulgarian's obviously popped up out of kind of nowhere. So that Sammy seems to have moved into a defensive position. Shield at the ready, Sammy, or not?
Yeah.
Sword and shield.
Everything's up. Yeah.
Okay.
Sword
Okay,
and
so
shield.
yeah,
I
Sammy's
then
very defensive. Over to you, Leo.
say back to Sammy and Bulgarian, and you'll see this white streaming light come through the embalming bond, and I cast Bless on Sammy and also Bulgarian
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself?
and myself.
All three targets.
And myself.
Okay.
Okay. 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I move back through the tunnel, Brad.
Okay. So you're backing away.
Yep.
I'm going to go with him then.
Yeah,
Leo,
same here.
do you know what this is?
No.
Fuck me. What are you playing at, boy? Yeah, I'm going to back off with him.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. At the point you're doing that, you can hear Kasha, Leo, saying, "But Leo, we must escape. We must escape."
Telepathically, I'll go back and say, I will be back, Kasha. Something's not right with you. Take the box. I will find you.
Okay, so with that, I want Stuart to be back if he's back yet.
I think he's still AFK.
Yeah. Right, so you guys have backed up in the tunnel. Now I'm going to jump over to the other three. But I need Stuart to be back first.
Should know Stuart's 2 minutes and 10 minutes. About 10, 15 minutes on top.
Don't forget to subscribe to Hip Hamster on YouTube
Yes, everyone.
and follow
The
me
embalming
on
bond is,
twitch.tv/hiphamster.
the embalming bond is both you and Sammy, isn't it?
Correct. So we get any sort of saving
That one-
throws, Brad. We get two
that one-
D4s.
That's like 10 minutes or more, isn't it?
Correct. Yes.
But bless is as long as you hold it for, isn't it? Concentration.
Concentration up to
Or
1
has it
minute,
got-
mate.
Up to 1 minute, okay.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Making some notes.
No worries. No worries. I don't want to be in here no more. Something strange is happening.
Okay, so as soon as Stuart gets back, we'll
Back.
jump straight back in there. There you go.
Right,
Cool.
there we go.
I was waiting for you to come back, Stuart, because you're the first one I want to go next. So you didn't miss much there. They've just slightly backed off. But obviously your character's not aware of what's going on with them. So with you, Fenton, you guys, you've obviously taken a bit of a stomp up the front kind of thing. Those two are kind of slightly trailing behind you. At the point when you get to about where you are here, Fenton, you're now seeing just up ahead of you where this hole, kind of the original one, like these few holes, what you saw, you're now starting to see that shadow effect start to creep around from that corner as well.
Right, and that's where the others are, isn't it?
That's where you last remember them being roughly, a bit further up.
Right, I burst round.
Right, as you're making your way, you get to about here, and as you do, just about over here, see my mouse?
Yep.
Over about here, you can see a full shadowy figure, just all shadows, just with that same kind of heat murmuring kind of shadows and smokiness, and you can see purple eyes. And as you kind of walk in, it kind of turns around, looks at you, and says, "Do not leave your troops." And then it just disappears. And at the same point, all the smokiness just dissipates into nothing. And then you look down your arms, and that's gone as well.
Right. Where's this fucker? It was round the next one, wasn't it?
You can see in front of you is the small gap.
Probably hear us.
Right, okay. I'll call for the others. Come in, follow.
Right.
Gonna limp along.
How about this point? Where are you guys? Quandra and Quinn, what are you doing? So Benton's kind of walked off up front, looked off to the right-hand side, and steamed further forwards.
I'm just going to follow him.
I'm gonna take a guarded approach, but I'm gonna definitely follow.
Are you trying to keep
slowly.
right up with him, Quandra? Because he's walking with some pace. He has intent.
Yep.
Okay, so get close up to him. At a point you get to about here, Fenton, you're looking forward, you're looking for this tunnel, you kind of feel like that's where you lost or Leo. And right about that point, I wish I had tokens for all these things, but how am I going to make tokens for these random things?
Oh dear.
Ahead of you, Quinn. Where's your lights at? Your lights here, here, here. Let's see.
I should have 4, but I don't know where the 4th one's gone.
There's 4 there. One,
It is
I
two.
mean, maybe I can't. Oh, I
Three,
moved it. I moved it too
4.
far. I can't. I couldn't
Oh,
see
I
that
see.
one.
But you could see the light, but you couldn't see where you moved the object to. Have you moved it? Yeah, okay. Right. So up ahead of you, Quinn. Can you see where my mouse is?
I can. Yeah.
Out of the darkness up here.
Oh.
Make a perception check for me.
$11.
Okay, out of the darkness up here, you can see some glowing purple eyes. Up here. In the darkness. You can't see further because it just goes into darkness past your dim light. But just floating in the air, what looks like eyes in the shape of kind of just 2 eyes about eye level from where you are, kind of directly down through the pipes. You can just see the 2 eyes looking from out of the darkness. They're kind of, in a sense, not glowing that they're making a big amount of light, but they're glowing obviously enough that you can see kind of 2 purple eyes. And they're what you assume is looking in your direction.
I would like to speak to Fenton telepathically.
Go on in.
Fenton, I can see some eyes in the darkness, in the pipe. I need help.
Fenton?
And there.
Yeah. He's behind us, isn't he? Quinn's behind us.
He is behind you,
Yeah.
yes, but he's talking to you telepathically. You hear it in your mind. This is probably the first time you spoke to you in your mind, isn't it?
Yep.
You've not felt this before, Fenton. It's a bit odd. You can hear Quinn's voice, and obviously you know that Quinn's been doing this with Leo, but now you're actually hearing Quinn's voice in your head, and it's a bit weird because it's your ears. You're just like, that's
Yeah,
not
and
my
also
ears.
I always thought it was Leo doing it to Quinn, not Quinn doing it to Leo.
There you go.
Well, that's a new experience.
Fenton, I don't know if it knows that I know.
Get
But I
in here.
know.
Get in here. We're going to go through this little tunnel. We'll
But
meet
there's
up with others.
eyes.
Ignore them. They'll go away.
Right, about this point is when you three coming out the tunnel are walking out right in front of where Fenton is now. So I think Chris is still AFK. So does Sammy, what are you doing when you're kind of about to walk out of this? You're following, I'm guessing, Leo, I'm guessing, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just following Leo. I'm just keeping him covered.
So Leo, what I said was, you are just coming out of that tunnel. Obviously, you have no idea what's happening. But your character doesn't know what's happening anyway, so we'll go with that. You are just exiting out this tunnel. I'm giving you a chance to do something because you exited out the tunnel. You can see Fenton is now kind of back in, although you didn't really see him walk away because you was busy with what you was doing. Fenton and Quandra are just in front of you. You should be able to see them. You can't.
Let me have a
see
look quickly.
You can see
I'm
Quinn.
sorry.
You can just see Quinn over the back there as well.
Okay. I
They
go
look like
towards.
they're walking at you.
Yeah, I go towards Fenton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I put my hands out and start backing them up towards the exit, towards that way we come in.
Okay.
If he allows me to, obviously.
What's going on, Leo? This thing's is fucking hurt me. It's going to get hurt.
Back, Fenton, back.
Someone's watching us.
And I start trying to push. I start trying to I put my arms out to protect them, sort of thing. If Fenton allows me to, and I start moving backwards with them.
Can I get a perception check from Sammy and Leo at the point when that's happening?
Perception. Okay, I'm going to. Is it minus D4, Brad?
Yes.
Okay, so that means that we can just roll 1d4, right? If we want to. No, it minds it out, doesn't it? So it's just a normal roll.
No, because you could roll 1 on the plus and 4 on the negative.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
So just know which one is your plus and which one's your negative. Roll two different dice.
Here's the D20, and I'll decide whether it's worth rolling any of them after this rolls. Oh, 13. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So that's 12. So What's the what did the embalm
The D4, you're basically getting a negative D4 from the
Right.
memories, and you're getting a plus D4 from Chris.
and what about the bless?
You're also getting that D4, so you're rolling 2 positive D4 and 1 negative D4.
Okay, we're doing it that way, yeah? Okay, cool.
Right,
Yeah.
so the negative D4 is 4, of course it is.
That puts you
That
down to
puts me
9.
down to 9. No, 8 because I've got -1 perception.
Oh, okay, 8, and then 2 D4.
What is my perception then from me? Yeah. So and then so I'm on 8. Back up to 12. 13, 14 in total.
Okay,
Right.
and
Okay.
Leo?
Yeah, I'm going now. That's 20 plus 1, which is 21.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Fuck! Here we go. That's the one. Oh god.
Sounded
Chucking
like
dice
a
at
chase,
you.
broken gems.
chase
Plus
across the
4,
floor.
which is
Yeah.
25,
Nice.
Yeeted dice, 25, and then 1 negative.
and -3, which is then 22. Brad. Perception.
22.
Yep.
Right, as you're coming out, Leo, you're coming out and you've kind of got your hands up and you're kind of telling Fenton, you're like, back. And generally when you guys are hearing Leo speak, it generally comes out in different voices. It's never the same voice. It's always you're always
Yeah.
hearing some sort of different voice from Leo when he's speaking. So he's saying to you, back, and he's got his hands out towards you, Fenton. At about that point, Sammy, you're just kind of standing up and kind of still following Leo, as are you, Belgarian, but you're just at the kind of mouth of that little bit of the tunnel. At that point, Leo, as you're kind of doing that, as you're kind of coming out the tunnel, looking forwards at Fenton, you kind of in the corner of your eye you catch, and as you turn, you can just see kind of the purple hovering, very thin, kind of not sure what it is, but over to the north here, something floating in the air. The shapes you can't really see. There's just some small little purpley light floating in the air about eye level. David, you don't manage to see it.
Right, Brad.
Sammy doesn't see it. So Sammy, you're still looking at Leo walking, and
You
at that point,
just so
Go on.
Saber's got vigilance as well, though, mate. So
okay, Saber would know that's there then.
yeah,
Brad, I point it out to everyone.
he's a trained guard dog, mate. He would let me know.
I point out to everyone. There.
It's okay, Chris. I'm about to stop you before that point anyway.
Okay, cool.
Underscore goes roll.
Roll.
Storm's looking at me weird now.
I keep mentioning Saber. What's Saber got that I ain't got? That's calling him Saber Storm.
Nice. He's X, really. X is my little guard dog.
Okay. I'm probably going to say you can probably know, David. You wasn't far off from anyone. I'm going to say Saber gives you the extra bit, tussling you in that sort of direction, sort of stuff. Unless you want Saber to specifically make a barking kind of sound in that direction. What would you rather?
Yeah. He is
A
trained
growl
to do that.
bark in that sort of direction. Okay, that's what Saber's doing, and that gives you the extra bit you need to effectively know that's there. And then I want all of you to roll initiative.
No.
What? Oh, initiative +0. Here we go.
Initiative +3.
Hey, 2.
Alright, so give me your scores. I'll start putting them in. Sammy, what was
14.
that?
Sammy was 2.
We can't edit them, Brad, like we used to.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an update that's added to that. I'll have to try and look into it and see if I can find a way where it makes it so you guys can do it because it would be a lot easier. So what's the other numbers I've got for people?
14 for me, Brad.
And me.
Again, me and you.
Yeah.
Quinn.
I rolled 8.
What's your initiative? Because you had your initiative to it.
I rolled 5, but 3 for
Oh, okay.
initiative, so 8 altogether. Sorry.
Lato. And Bulgarian?
Mine's up there.
That much?
Oh,
uh, I'm not seeing that much. I'm seeing a lot more. You got 18?
I rolled 23 total.
I think you might be
I rolled
seeing.
an 18
Oh, unless you're mean.
plus 5.
Yeah.
23.
No. That is what you rolled.
just out of curiosity, do any of those pluses and minuses of dice work on perception as well? Work on this initiative roll?
Initiative is an ability check, isn't it? But then that would mean you'd
I
get.
don't think
plus-
so. It doesn't count as one.
I'm not actually totally
He's
sure.
fallen off his chair. Stay off your chair, bugger.
Everyone dropping stuff today. What's going on?
Jesus.
David thought his computer was leaking. Chris is throwing the dice, and Brad's saying enough like that's so fucking the book's going on the floor.
David, press right click on your character and put the bless effect on you, mate.
Hang on, because I'm sorry, mate. I'm working as well, so let me just la.
And Keith.
On Luminar, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Is that?
correct, yeah. And
How do you
Keith.
know which one's the bless?
It's the one with the wings, the same one that Leo's got on.
Sorry, Chris. Did you bless everyone apart from me because I missed you out in the other game?
I haven't been blessed either.
Actually, you wasn't there. I'm always blessing you and giving you stuff, Stu.
I'm permanently blessed.
Always looking after Fenton. Shame about Cara, isn't
Cara Bear can look after herself.
She can.
I'm just going to carry on unless anyone knows for sure. I'm going to carry on.
All right, yeah,
okay,
no worries. Yeah, take no notice.
It is a dex check. So
That's fine.
technically
It's
it is, but right now it could be too much of a big thing for me to just throw in all of a sudden. So I'll check that and I'll come back to us in future whether ability checks is going to affect initiative because it kind of looks like it does, but I'm going to want to be sure. So I'm happy enough just to go with as it is right now with your normal initiatives. Which will give me more fun to do in future. It's fine. I'll use it again. I'll figure that out and I'll let you know. Okay, so Belgarian, you're the first one up. Obviously, Saber's right in front of you. Seems to be growling and barking off towards your right hand side as you would kind of come out of the tunnel. Now, obviously, you can move out there because no one's in combat, so you're not in difficult terrain and you can move through people. So, what do you want to do? You haven't seen any threat yet, but you can see Saber kind of obviously in that direction. So you step around to there, and now you can see probably from where you are. It is eye level and it is potentially eyes because it's looking down at Quinn. You can't see it obviously side on. I would say that by now, by about where you are, you can realise that there are purple eyes there. And there is just a weird shadowiness in front of you. Like, as you're looking, because you've got dark vision, what would normally be kind of like dim light, bright light, stuff like that, you're looking and there's a weirdness going on. It's the air itself is kind of almost shimmering, that kind of heat kind of shimmer, but it seems to be shady. But it's not a whole kind of form, but it looks humanoid in some sense. If
We
you're
can't
talking.
hear you, Keith.
There you go. That helps. Yeah.
I put a guard down for the moment because I haven't got a figure.
Yeah. Has it got a sulfur smell, or is it just a general area?
It does, yes. You are picking up again the sulfur smell again, directly coming from that direction. Each time it kind of comes up, it's emanating from an area. You can kind of smell it. You've kind of walked over towards it, and you can tell it's a stronger smell as you've walked nearer to it. The whole kind of this area has a very faint sulfury smell, but you're definitely getting more from things like this.
Are we getting out of here? I'll say, and I go up to it there and I'll take a swing at it.
Yep. Okay. So.
Oh no, I've been miss.
Okay.
You got D4 minus D4.
Yeah,
So
I got my D4 and I got D4.
You have to roll them still though, because as I said,
Yeah.
one could potentially be higher than
How
one.
do I
So
roll them?
you're just adding the D4. So on your left hand side, if you're rolling using the digital dice, on the left hand side you've got the very bottom thing that shows you. It might be in a different area for you, like a little dice thing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
on there you've got a D4. If you click on the one that just says D4 rather than the two next to it, that's it.
So that's a minus,
And then the one.
and that was the
Same. Okay. Yeah, you as you kind of swing in, kind of thing. You swing in, and it kind of just like shimmers a bit, and kind of just slightly moves to the side, and you seem to miss it.
Yeah, if we're getting out of here, I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy just to get out of here. I really don't like this area.
Well, you still got bonus action. What do you want to do with that?
I'm gonna use my last one, my last key point, and do patient defense again.
Okay. Yours. So you're done. Moving on to the next person. Press that. It is the thing's turn. Okay, so this is what happens is all of a sudden the eyes kind of turn around to you, Fenton, and the purple eyes. You can see the purple eyes, they lock onto you and it starts walking forwards. And it walks directly at you. I've forgotten something. Brain.
Oh, lots of thinking going on there, Brad.
Yeah, I already knew what I was going to say and I fucking forgot it.
it's all right. Take your time. It'll come back.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Yeah. I'm Silent Purple. Sorry, Stu.
He's not sorry.
He's not. He's not.
It's all right. You'll get a letter in the post as well about monetary compensation.
So it comes forwards, it moves to here, then it's going to take another step, which Bulgarian.
Yeah, I'll take a swing.
At the point when it's moving forwards, so it's going to get to say it before you actually hit. As it's moving forwards, it's looking directly at you, Fenton, and then as it's looking at you, it walks forwards. Brain.
What?
Got it already.
Write
Write it down, man. Write it down.
I'm gonna show my Chinese.
There's a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people. You know?
There's multiple things I could say, and it's one of them.
There you go. There's my guard dog barking.
Let Keith do his reaction, Brad, and come back to you, mate.
Yeah, go on then, do your
In.
reaction.
In. Come on. Good boy. There's definitely something out in the garden, but you're not barking at it.
And then the 2 4s.
Yeah. So minus 1. And
I've written it down.
Huh?
How much was it? Go on, I wrote it down. How much was it?
So be 19.
19, you hit.
Oh, you were just out there barking.
Fucking hell.
No.
How much is that total?
6. Roll a 1.
Right, as you hit it, you kind of punch in, and as you punch in, you feel
Use my staff.
what looks. Huh?
Use My staff.
Oh, okay, with your staff, as you kind of hit him with your staff, you're hitting with it, and where is kind of like a smoky kind of sense, you're expecting potentially to go through it. As you hit it, you kind of bounce off of it. It's not solid, but it's a bit wibbly, but not as much as you're going through smoke. It's a weird sensation once you hit it. At the point when it's walking towards you, Fenton, it sounds really angry and in a really kind of in a familiar voice to you, very kind of grumbly, low kind of voice. The rest of you all are hearing this, and just specifically if it's walking over to you, Fenton, it's like, "You owe me." That's what it says.
Is it who I think it is?
Going by what you was hearing a minute ago, you're definitely putting two and two together, kind of thing, to link them together. The voice is what you expected, like what you're thinking.
I owe you. I owe you. You took 30 years of my life, you shit.
At that point is when the shadowiness just kind of reaches out at you. It seems there's not really proper humanoid forms, and as it kind of reaches out for you, it's just like a kind of a glooping of the smoke itself, and it's just like, and it swings out at you. That's a 23 to hit.
Miss.
There you go, bud. My turn.
Huh?
My turn. You miss.
You take 9 bludgeoning damage, unless you were serious with a miss and you've got some miracle escape. You take 9 bludgeoning damage. And at the same point you're taking the bludgeoning damage, you feel the hit into you. You also take 4 psychic damage, which just as the hit hits you, it just seems to almost burn in your head. And at the same point that this thing angry has come over to you, Fenton, kind of come in and just swung out at you, all of a sudden you notice the eyes that were fixed on you looks up at you, Quandra, and the eyes kind of slightly open. And Quandra, can I get you to roll a wisdom check for me? Wisdom saving throw.
Come on, Gondra, make this.
Like fact, you're not got done.
Come on. Big money.
Yeah, right. This is where I roll a 1.
So you're adding your saving throw, your wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
You've got that in a separate place. Cool.
My saving throw is 2. So 17.
Nice.
You are okay. Right, so you feel these eyes just kind of look at you, and as they do, you just feel this kind of almost weird kind of mind fog, and then it starts to hurt, and then just immediately you kind of manage to shrug it off. Leonidas, you'll go.
Okay. I see the.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can we have the same initiative?
Oh yes,
How
you
do
can
we do
choose.
that?
You can choose. So one of you say that you've got something you need to do more than the other, or something like that.
I've got something more to do than the other. Add?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Or do you want to go for Dex, mate? Because it's normally Dex.
You pick normally, so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're in the same initiative, you guys decide who's going first. So there's someone who has that prominent thing they want to do. That's the whole reason why I give you that for sort of thing. It is in rules as written, but that's the way I will do it as well. Is that if the person is like, I don't want you to obviously say I'm doing this and this and this. I don't want you to do that, but obviously I want you to say no, I need to go first or something like that to each other or whatnot. So you can define who's going first out of you. You're potentially going at the same time. So it's just a matter of you're going to do something first, Chris.
Okay, cool. Just a reminder, whoever I can't remember I gave aid to last time, you've got that, yeah? You should still have that. Give it to
How many people could you give it to?
3.
You gave it to me and Belgaren, didn't you?
Is that the health thing?
Sammy Fenton.
No, you didn't give it to me.
No, I didn't give it to you.
that
Oh,
the
sorry.
Bulgarian?
Yeah. No, I gave it to Bulgarian and I gave it to Quinn and Sammy.
Yeah.
Just so.
Bulgarian, Quinn, and Sammy. So if you look on your D&D Beyond character sheets, your hit points should be higher than they normally are because remember we raised up your hit points. Your maximum
Yeah, I
hit
got
points.
smashed, mate. I'm
Does that mean
down.
I can put my hit points back up?
No, but your
Yeah.
maximum hit points, Dave. Your maximum hit points should have been higher, so that when you take damage, your
Yeah.
hit points, your maximum, are still higher.
Oh,
Yes.
does that mean I can go and put them back on?
Not
Put
right
them back up.
Why
If you
did you take
get
them off?
healed,
No, I'm just saying. This lasts for 8 hours. I need to change this as well on here because it's not changing as in D&D Beyond because I'm on that at the moment. And I think Stuart, you've taken some damage, have you, mate?
Hey, I've taken a fuck ton of damage, so.
It's not channeling through the D&D Beyond for some reason.
Oh right, yeah. I've
What,
been
the
updating
roll?
mine.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I've taken
yeah.
one. Okay, so see the purple eyes in front of me? I start.
Make sure your primary hit point source that you're changing is D&D Beyond. That's the one that if I go somewhere, I'll look. Foundry, obviously, we're hoping it does the thing to link across so you can see it. If for some reason you notice it's not, then obviously let me know and hopefully there's something we can do. But your main one needs to be D&D Beyond or something.
Mine will never because I don't have D&D Beyond on at the same time I've got
Yeah.
Foundry. So I normally update Foundry, but I didn't in this case.
No,
So
indeed.
I've
So
done
what
it
I would
now.
say is, in that instance, if someone like you, Chris, you need to know what people are on, and you're looking at the bars that are there, by all means, just say to someone, "How bad are you looking?" And obviously, I don't want someone to turn around and say, "I'm on 10 out of whatever." I want you to say like, "I'm looking really mashed," or you know what I mean. Give the brief description. That's fine, because obviously we can't completely rely on them hit points all the time. The ones on the here. So as I
Slightly
said, D&D
wounded and
Beyond is your
blooded.
main hit points. Yeah, D&D Beyond is your main hit points. But if you need to know what someone else is on, obviously there's a bit of a guide on here, but it's not always apt. So if it's an important thing, ask the person and they can give you that brief response. So over to you, Chris. What you did.
Right, so I'm on my turn. I've got these purpley eyes in front of me.
Yep. You can
I
see them.
start levitating up and I look him straight in the eyes, this thing.
Yeah. It's not
And
looking
then
at you, but yeah.
No, I'm looking at him straight in the eyes, so I'm just levitating up, and you see all the flaming stuff coming out of my eyes. My eyes are rolled back, and then I just shoot off, and I go this direction, and I will use my ability, Palm of Peace.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sammy,
Does
Fenton,
everyone but Bulgarian
Ondra,
goes?
apart from Bulgarian because he moved away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone gets 11 hits back, apart from Bulgarian.
Oh,
We'll add your 11 hits. It's just
no,
undone my
not
damage.
damage. Kill. There we go.
Undone my damage to Fenton. Not fair.
And then
Do I add the extra to temporary or just go up to my max?
You're using your normal hit points. Your maximum hit points should be up by a bit.
I'm on
let me quickly
12
check.
and my max is 13.
Quickly check. Where are you? What was the amount? Can you remember the amount? Of any of you've got the increased hit points? 5. Yeah, it would be about that. So max.
Pondra hasn't got 8.
Where are we? Yeah, I'm just going to quick look just in case it's gone weird. Notes. You should be at 18 there, Condra. So if you click on the actual hit points,
Yep.
it comes up with a bar on the right hand side.
Yep.
And then you've got where it says
Healing.
max hit point modifier at the bottom.
Oh, yep.
If you up that by 5.
So I put it up to 18, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now it should now have 18 hit points, or close to that. Is that right? I don't think you took any damage, did you? You haven't taken
No, I
any
haven't
damage.
taken no damage.
Yeah, so yours should say 18.
I've put it up to 18 and then I've got no button. Oh, there you go. So current hit point 30, 31. That's not right, is it?
Definitely not. No.
No.
Let me reload this one and see what you want doing.
18, 18. There you go.
Yeah, no, it's 18. I've just refreshed it. Just every now and again, maybe refresh the page just to make sure that will make sure that it is on what it should be on and such.
Okay. Thank you.
Where we've raised your maximum hit points, if you now take off your hit points, you take off your current hit points, which means you can be healed back up to that 18 for as long as that aid stays on you, is the way that
Okay.
works. So once we get to a long rest, I would hope D&D Beyond would do it, but we'll check that out at the point when aid goes. I'm hoping if you have a rest, it would essentially take it off you, but we'll see. But that's how you've got it. What was you saying, Chris? Was there a next part to add there?
Yeah, I didn't give it to Quandra. I gave it to Quinn, Sammy, and Bulgarian.
Oh, so she didn't get the 5 hit points.
No,
No, I haven't got. I've not been.
she should be
Bless.
just got up to her max. No.
Okay.
So I
Well,
go
that's
back-
how you. We'll say that's how you would do it. So yeah, if you put it back down to 13.
I didn't think I'd do something.
Sorry,
No, there you go.
Quandra. I was
No
just
worries.
That's in other words, if you have got it, that's what you should have done. Sorry. Lessons for future.
And then-
So did you have anything else there, Chris? Because that was your.
I got my correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got my movement still, and I'm gonna still say back, but I'm gonna move down here because I'm not gonna leave them until they come.
So are you gesturing as well?
Yeah, I'm gesturing,
Okay. And you're done there?
and I'm done.
Okay, cool. Quinn, you're up. So obviously you can see Leo still like back, and kind of walked further towards you, and then slightly steps away. But is it ushering for people to back up?
Where did the thing go? Because I can't see it anymore.
You
I
saw
think-
it walk down. You saw it walk down this way from Belgarian down this kind of way. You don't know the exact square, but you know it walked down that way towards where the party is.
Oh wait, this way.
Yeah, kind of down. This pipe here is broken, which is where Belgarian come walking out of, and you saw it walk down through this kind of direction.
Oh, I can actually see it. I think. Yeah, I can. He just blended in with a rock.
Can you? Oh yeah. see
Yeah,
what
I
you
can
mean.
technically. Yeah.
You can't actually. You can't. I'd say if you were going to see him there, he's pretty much like nearly full cover. You'd be at like -5 to hit him if he was there.
Yeah. Can I see him here? Is this like an actual thing, or is this like overhead?
That is a big rock. That is a big rock.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not seeing him enough. You're going to need to take at least one more step down to be able to see him enough.
Right there. I'm gonna
Because
do
the
a,
rock's all the weird shape and stuff. Go on,
do a
sorry.
pirouette and the cosplay song,
Yeah.
and I would like to cast magic missile at 2nd level.
Okay, go on then.
Oh, that's 2 4s.
Hmm.
That was great. That's 16 points.
Nice.
16.
Very nice.
That's maximum amount, isn't it? You were rolling 4 dice.
No,
Yeah, plus
maximum's
4.
20.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I rolled a
plus
4, 4, 3, and a 1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So I'm writing this one down on notes. I'm do maths. Yep. And you done bonus action? Any more movement?
I'm going to move.
5, 10, 15. So half movement, I'm guessing. So you basically walk out. They all just come around and they all just flood into this kind of shadowy mess. But as it does, it kind of it almost the mess itself of what is a kind of shadowy form almost now seems almost there's a slight liquidy kind of sense of how it moves. It doesn't move like smoke. It moves more a bit like liquid. It almost kind of wobbles at the point when it's being hit by these impacts hitting into it. You can almost see almost like a ripple in the smoke, which for anyone who can see it, it looks certainly odd.
That's my go.
Okay. Quandra, you're up next. So this
Okay.
thing's looking at you and definitely turned its vision towards you.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do? Movement action bonus.
Well, I need to move so I can actually see him.
You could probably see enough from there, I'd say, because you're
Yeah.
right up against the point where the rock starts to round as such. So you're okay. You can
Okay.
see it from there.
Okay, I'm gonna do I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Yep, go on it.
Uh,
So you've got an attack roll.
yeah, so
So ranged attack roll with your
Mm,
magic attack.
9.
Total of 9
Yep.
with the added on amount. You must have rolled very low.
Yes, I rolled 2.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just double checking just to make sure that you are going back to the right things and stuff.
Yeah.
No, you miss. So you kind of shoot it, and as you do it, just kind of misses by the side of it. It's hard to kind of gauge where the edges of it are.
Yep. And I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. You definitely hearing Leo though behind you, telling you to go back.
Yep. Okay, I'll forgot the arrows there. I'm gonna stop. I'll walk back a couple of paces.
Okay. And you've done that?
Yep.
All right, Fenton.
I don't think you're who you say you are. And I hexblade curse him.
Okay.
and
Which
then
one's that? The normal one, isn't it? Not the reduced one.
This is the one that does the extra critical.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. It's not the one that adds. I'm always getting confused between the one that minuses or disability something because it
Yeah,
were.
the other one's hex. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always getting confused by the two, so every now and then I might say it.
Got
it.
And I swing my sword, so I'm at minus 1d4 as well, am I?
Yeah.
13.
No. So you swing and you kind of get close to it, but as you do, it kind of seems to hit it, but then just seems to kind of glance off of it. Doesn't seem to hit anything metal or anything like that. You're weird. The surface is weird and kind of almost spongy.
And I step there and I'm done.
Okay. Sammy, you're up next.
A bloody 1d4.
Right. Well, mate, I'm just gonna swing at him.
Yep.
I think I've got much choice. Right, so
Yeah, you've got sword out. So you're essentially you're getting, remember, for your attacks, you're getting the minus d4 and then plus 2d4.
yep. So 13, 21. Is it worth rolling?
You don't have to roll that one. You only get once around, by the way, David. That embalming bond.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm just. Let me see what the minus would be first. 21, 18 to hit. I won't use it. I might need it for something else. 18 to hit, Brad.
d4. The
Hey?
2d8s, you mean?
What?
The 2d8s, you mean?
What?
You're not using them.
3d8.
The 2d4s, sorry. 2d4s. You mean them you're not using?
Yeah, because I have to use. I'll use bless anyway,
Yeah.
won't I? Yeah. So.
You have to use the bless, yeah. That's what I was going to say.
All right. So
The
that
other one
puts
you-
me. That gives me 18, 22.
Okay, that's a hit.
That's
Hold
a
on,
hit,
was I
right.
included in bless?
No, it was before they came out the hole.
I haven't got it either.
I'll reset in a minute,
You
Stu. Don't worry. I'll
think
reset.
conveniently missed you.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Doing 11 damage. And then X goes in, mate.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and attack it. He's going to try and bite at it with his forced rend.
Yep, your default won't add to him though.
No, that's fine.
Cool.
So he gets 15 plus 7, 22.
Yep, that's another hit.
And he does 1d8 plus 2. So that's a 6, so 8 damage.
Cool. So this time, as you kind of slice through, you're like, and as you slice through, you kind of slice off part of the shadow, which just seems to kind of almost liquidify into the floor. And as Saber comes up and then kind of bites in, you just kind of see the jaws kind of bite into it, and because of this kind of force kind of sense, it seems to almost squish it. At which point, it just kind of and collapses to the floor, just like the girl did.
Oh, it's gone, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And, in which case I'm going to carry on walking out then. If it's gone. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
He's going to come
And,
back. He's going to come back as someone else.
Yeah, but let's not be there when he does.
Do we want to leave this down here?
Leo's going, mate. He seems to think he might not know what it. He might not know it, but he seems to know what it is. I think. Oh,
Back around to you, Bulgarian. So you're just off there in the north. You've seen it go kind of down as such, because obviously you can see.
Yeah, start sticking with these
I'd rather
boys.
not leave it down here, but I don't know what it is. I mean, I can hit it. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Yeah, let me done.
Is you done?
Yeah.
Up next. All right, Fenton, as you're kind of standing there, you look over here to the north, and as you do, you see the same purple eyes, the same flutter of shadow, but at the same point, you hear a and as you turn around down to the south of you, you can see another one at the same point. When you're seeing, you're just like, whoa, now there's two of them, both looking at you.
There's two here.
This
Back
one
it
at the
up,
bottom.
Fenton.
This one at the bottom comes steaming in, and as it's steaming coming in, again, kind of angry, kind of sound. Again, you owe me. And it swings out at you again. The shadowy kind of form swings out. That's only a 13 to hit.
No.
And with you, can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, Fenton?
Fuck. 13.
Nope. You take 21 psychic damage.
Fucking hell.
And that kind of image in your mind again now just gets even worse. Now you're again just starting to get even more confused. It's now starting to you're starting to feel more of your memories going. You're starting to look. You still have a sense on who the different people are, but definitely now more is blotted out of your memory. In some ways, it almost feels quite nice because of that what you try and remove, but at the same time, there's a definite fear that more has gone. You are now at minus D6 for attacks and ability checks. And That's it done. Leonidas and Quinn.
That's it. Nothing else for me.
No, it missed his other one. Rolled poorly.
Okay. Fenton back. That's what you hear from Leonidas.
What was it? You broke up.
Did I?
Yeah.
I
No,
did
I
a
heard
really good voice as well.
yeah.
You heard my voice as well, and it just broke up in the middle, and I was like,
I
damn
heard it, Chris.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Right. Brad. So this depends on what you say, really.
Yep.
I know Fenton, don't I? Because I know I've got quite a bond with him. I know we've only been. Yeah. So that's still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't forgot. It's not misty. I haven't forgot. But there's a
No.
connection there.
Yeah. You still know that you're with each other in a sense that you can't remember the different things. You can't remember at certain points when you was in tunnels. There's still enough of the memories there, but there's definitely different bits that have gone as such. There was an initial confusion, but definitely things that if you try and remember back, there's definitely bits where you're just like, I had no idea what I was doing that half a day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I say back. A bonus action healing word, Fenton.
Okay.
So that is. That's 5 hits back for Fenton.
Cool.
I then cast Sacred Flame.
That's cantrip, isn't
Dex.
it? Cool.
Yeah, Dex saving throw, Brad.
It probably made it. What was the amount?
13, mate. 13.
Yeah, I made it.
Okay. I stay.
Okay. Are you
That's
still
my turn.
ushering people away, or are you staying?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not.
I'm not going to leave Fenton, so I'm going to.
I mean,
Go
have
on.
you stopped ushering people away?
No,
Or
I've just said back, like
okay, you still said
really
it.
aggressively. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
That's
then
my
you're
turn,
done.
mate. Yeah.
And Quinn.
I don't think I can see any. I don't think Quinn can see any enemies. Can he from where he is?
No, not from where you are now.
So, like, I can see this one, but I don't think.
I think you're only seeing it because of the very bottom of the square. I think is where you'll technically see it. You wouldn't be able to see
Right.
him.
Okay. Yeah.
on
No.
there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come and peek my head in here.
Yeah.
I can see this one there.
You can see that one. Yeah. Same thing as before. You can see the kind of purpley eyes, the shadowy kind of mass. It is dim light for you, so you're. Oh no, it's not dim light because you've now got the light from Sammy, so you can now kind of see it more clearly. Definitely, kind of like a large smokiness, kind of coming right up from the floor itself, kind of coming up and then kind of wobbling about. Which, as I said, is odd because it's smoke, but has a sense of kind of liquid about it as well.
I'm
It's
gonna
almost like
cast.
they're breaking the matrix. Go
I'm
on,
gonna cast magic missile again
go on.
at second level.
Mm-hmm. He's run down the tunnel to get his dice.
Yeah, it sounds like, doesn't it? Sounds like his dice was a marble or something.
Yeah, he's
Kept on
run
rolling.
down and trying to pick up his dice.
Yeah.
In the tunnel.
17.
17.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm going to So I was here, I think, yeah.
Yeah, 15.
I'm just gonna, leg it.
How much can you move? That'll be 40.
40. I can move 40 with Blade
Okay.
Song up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's 40. So you're starting to move off, and you're done.
Yeah.
Quandra, you're up next.
I'm gonna try Firebolt again.
Go on him.
17.
Yep. It's a hit.
That's a D10. Triple is that one. 8. What?
Okay. You hit it, and the fire hits it, and it's just like, and as the fire kind of hits it, it seems to, the fire almost kind of envelops it more than you would expect, and then it's just splats to the ground.
Okay.
Nice one, lady.
Yep, and I'm just going to stay where I am. Thank you.
Brendan, you're up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't forget I've been.
I put away my sword,
Yeah.
step forwards here, and then I draw all the shadows in, and then explode them all upwards. I cast Arms of Hadar.
Okay. What's that doing? What's
Strength
specific?
saving throw 15 he needs to make.
Yep. It fails.
Right, he took 10 damage,
Okay.
and it has no reactions until its
Cool.
next turn.
Yeah.
Was it? Is
I
it?
did-
Is it still the same thing that was done by my Hexblade's Curse?
Yes. Does that add to it?
Yeah, it takes another 2 damage.
Cool.
And also, actually,
Yeah.
does the other one dying count as? Does
No.
the other? Okay, so it's not actually dead. It just right. Okay, that's fine.
It's gone. With this one as well, what you notice is when you essentially suck in all the shadows, it doesn't affect at all the shadowy thing that you're hitting with it. Which is odd because it's your shadow, but it doesn't seem to react to
And it looks more.
your spell sucking in the shadow.
It looks more watery than shadowy.
There's a weird almost glitch in the matrix. It's kind of a shadowy form, but it seems to be there's a liquidness to it, and every now and again it kind of almost breaks the illusion of the shadowy form, where there's almost like a liquid ripple across it. It's definitely a very odd sight to see.
Right, I could say pile in, everyone, pile in. We've got to get rid of this. However, I do need a breather. Yeah, I'm done.
That's 25.
Oh yeah, another 5 then.
Okay, cool. And you're done. Sammy, you're up next. You might be muted.
Yeah. Okay. You said pile in, but you're still backing away, yeah?
Just catching my breath, Sammy.
All right, mate. No worries. I'll step up. What? Can I see it?
No, not a moment. You wouldn't specifically know where it is as well. You saw
Oh,
Fenton
I've pointed.
around this rock in that kind of direction.
That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Mate, that's as far as I can make it. I can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it. You're still out from being able to see it. did you go?
I was
You've only
there.
gone 20. 5, 10, 15, 20.
5. I can't
25.
see. I can't. That's 25. I can't see
In,
anything.
in
up
front
there.
of you, there is this part here, what you can't see. This is the
Yeah.
bit of the pipe. The gap is from here to here.
Oh, for Pete's sake! Is it in the pipe? Sort of. He's
There it
banging
is.
away. Fuck's sake.
So obviously you can see it over here.
If I drop my sword, I can reach into my pouch for one of my magic stones, can't I? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yep.
It's yeah, you'd have to drop the sword there
Yeah.
because
Right.
it'd
So
be two retrieval actions.
yeah. So I'll drop the sword, pull out a stone, and fizz a magic stone at him.
Yep. So you're still on
17
negative 2d4 plus.
-2, 15, +7, 22, and then God bless 25, and then the other one that's a +10. Is it a plus? What is that other one for?
1d4. Both of them.
Yeah,
You've got essentially three d4s. Essentially, one of them is -2 or positive.
yeah, but what can that other one be used for? Is it just for attacking or
No, attacks. Attacks.
can I say? Is it
Okay.
saving throws?
Let me
I
check.
don't know. If it's saving throws, I'm keeping it, man.
It is saving throws, yeah.
Right, I'm keeping that. I'm pretty sure that 25 hits him anyway.
Yep. There's a hit.
Okay, and that's 1d6. So that's another 8 damage, mate.
Cool.
And then how do I get off myself so I can go and pick up?
Click on up top left, click on the measurement tool, and then click on the people tool. See if that does it for you, because that's what it does for me. So you've got the person at the top.
Yeah, person at the top.
But if you click on, say, the ruler and then click back on a person, does that not deselect your token as such so you can see him?
No, I can't see him. No, that's what I'm saying. I can't see him.
Do think I'm gonna have to leave this on all the time. Can you see him now?
Yeah, I can see him now.
Yeah. I've added the vision on. You're just gonna have to be aware that potentially that gives you 2 sets of eyes. But I'll leave it on from now on so that we don't lose him like that.
Okay. So he's gonna go 5. No. Can't really. Can he do that? Yeah, he can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he's in front of me, and he's gonna have a chomp on him, mate. If he can.
Go on him.
Okay.
Your boy's not in the combat tracker, Brad.
22 to hit. Doing. I'm sure it's. D8.
Yeah, it's because I'm putting on and off tokens.
Doing 4 damage this time.
4 damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
And you're done?
that's it. Yeah, that's my go.
Back around to you, Belgarian. So you're all getting very confused. It's like back, forwards, back.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me about it. Go take a swing at him.
Go on him. Make a roll.
Is he incapacitated? Did you say?
No.
Um,
No, he's there as normal.
Negative. Positive. 22.
Yep, that's a hit.
$10 damage.
Cool.
And then punch him.
Go on.
19.
Yep, that's a hit.
Six damage.
Okay, this one in front of you. Same as the other ones. Disappears down.
Brad, I'm going to quickly force life before another one pops up.
It's not out of combat time yet.
Okay.
I'll move to there and let's be done.
Cool. Okay. Is that all you're moving? How much you move? 45.
Yeah.
Cool. So... Oh, what did I delete?
He's back.
Now all of a sudden there's 4 of them in front of you, Fenton.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So we should have got out of it.
Come on.
Again, same thing. This one, all the other 3 kind of looking at you. This one kind of steams forwards again, saying, "You owe me." He's gonna take a swing. He misses. And then wisdom saving throw from you, Fenton, again.
Oh, 16.
Okay, yeah, you're okay. So you feel it again, that kind of blackness of the thoughts, kind of, and then a bit of pain, and but this time you managed to kind of shrug it away. You shrug it away. Leonidas and Quinn, you're up next. You don't have to go in the same order. You can switch because you're on the same thing.
Okay.
It just complicates things, so you can keep it the same. But
So 5 up there. The one that's next to Fenton.
Yeah.
Dex saving throw, Brad. I'm going to do Sacred Flame.
How much for? I mean,
It's-
like, say 13.
It's 13, mate, yeah.
Yeah, no, he makes it.
Okay. And I say again, bah! And I start moving. That's 10, 20, 10, sorry, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Cool.
I end turn, Brad. That's me done.
That's you done, Quinn?
Movement and actions.
Where did thing go? Sorry.
You can't see him.
Okay.
Leonidas has just come out. You've seen these guys up the top here, but you don't know where else they are. You're too far back to have seen them.
Okay.
They're not making a lot of noise either.
Move up and...
I guess you would have heard it somewhere near Fennon.
Okay.
I've
You
shouted
guys are
out that
hearing.
there's 4 of them right in front of me.
You would have been using that. You would have been using that part to tell Sammy last time, so you won't be able to for these ones until it's your turn again.
All right, fair enough.
I can see the Elkinshaw Guard Soldier.
Yeah, I can't bother to keep naming them. I just deleted them and I was like, I'm just
You
going
know,
to leave.
Um,
Yeah, you can see the floating eyes in the shadowiness in front of Fennon.
I'm going to peek around this corner
Yep.
And
And,
the next word's going to
cast-
be fireball.
cast a first level magic missile.
Go on then.
And that'd be 10 points or force damage
Cool.
on this one in front of Fenton.
Yeah. Got you. Yep. And then you run back to your hidey hole again.
Yeah, I've now forgotten how much I moved. Do you remember? Was I here or
I
here?
think you was next to.
I was
Leonardo.
definitely one of these two.
Yeah, I think
You moved 20 so far, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you're right next to me.
Backwards. You done?
I'm actually going to. So let me just so I can see it. I'm actually going to move this with my bonus action
Yeah.
just so I can see.
Yeah. Okay. And you're done with that.
Yep.
Okay. Quandra, you're up next.
Okay. Right. That's so we've got 3 now, have we?
4.
4.
You just can't see more.
Yeah, I can see.
I haven't put them on the thing. That's like the tracker because you can see what you can see in that sense.
I can see all 4 now.
You can see all 4 now, yeah.
I'm gonna do a ray of frost to the one next to Fenton.
Okay, go on then.
So
That's a hit.
Oh, that's a 20, so 27.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And a D8.
Critical.
Yeah, you rolled dice twice.
Well,
Yeah, this is
Was it an
critical.
actual roll of 20 or a hit of 20?
No, she
it
rolled
was
a
a roll
natural
of
20.
20.
Oh,
Natural
she rolled
20.
it. I'm looking, so I didn't see it. Okay.
Very good.
I rolled
Well
the
done, Candy.
D8 twice.
Yes.
Yes. Was it rare
7
frost? Yeah.
Nice.
and 7, so 14.
Oh.
How would you like to do it?
Hey.
Describe, you
Hey.
can describe how you kill it. You can describe kind of what you're when at the end of point when you kill something. You can describe how you can make it up however you like. How as long as it's the kind of thing it is, but you can kind of make up. You can
Do you ever
describe
like
how you
say
kill it.
Okay, so I stand there and I start casting ray of frost, and all of a sudden these blue, like lightning flames come out of my hand, and they just go from top to bottom and literally split the thing in half, and it just collapses and disappears.
Candy?
Cool. So at the point when you do that, you kind of concentrating on this ray, and it's like, and it hits it, and as it hits it, it just kind of tears through the shadow of it, and it's just like kind of collapses on the floor. But behind it, you see the other 4 all collapse on the floor as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice
great.
one.
And you all hang on for a second. Nothing.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to come out. You're kind of there, almost all just waiting,
Do I
and you
get
wait
hit
for
points back, Brad?
Yes, you do. Yeah. However many you get back for one creature.
Oh yeah. Well done, girly.
What
Like,
the
lady
hell
brother.
was that?
It was a weird one. Well, I
You're all now
personally
kind of
think
all a bit shocked and breathing and just like
I
looking
need
around.
a drink.
Do we
I think we
search
should-
the area now,
Do we still
or do we
feel?
just get out?
Your memories are still gone. They haven't come back.
I just want to get out. Can we
I
just
would
get
rather
out, please?
go back to the inn, sit down, have a drink, have a discussion, and then we can always come back and search the area. We know where it is now.
Leo's still saying back.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go now.
I'll go with the majority though.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, come on, girl. Let's go.
So you're heading back down the tunnel, back to where you met the T junction, and then back down to the Rat Casino.
Yeah, the way out.
Okay, so it takes you a little bit to get further back. As I said, it's at least a couple of 100 feet from when you get to the point of the T junction that you're coming out of. And as you turn to head south through the tunnel you're going down. Takes you a little bit to come across it, and then you come up to the area where there was the caverns that you killed the rats playing cards. And a little bit further forwards than that, you notice that the gate is still open. The large grate that moved aside when you did the lever. So are you just going to straight off and out there?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And
Are we
then-
leaving it open, guys, or
I don't think we have a choice, really.
we can? We can shut it, and I can go through the bars again. But it's up to you guys.
What sort of time of day is it, Brad?
No, leave it open. Leave it open,
Yeah,
Conjurer.
Okay.
Anything coming from that side can open it anyway. So, you know, we do nothing but make it more difficult for ourselves if we want to come back this way. And I think we do. I think we need to again come back down here. Let's hopefully clear our heads, because it's just something's not right in my head at the moment.
all of you other than Quandra, yeah, have essentially got that.
So yeah, so let's get back
Yep,
to the.
that's fine. Let's go back.
Okay,
to
so you're going to leave it open straight out up and kind of make your way to the Wyvern Inn.
Yeah.
Okay, so you come out and it's kind of early evening. The sun is kind of setting.
Do you reckon it'd be worth going to the church? See if they can help us out a bit.
Let's get a
Possibly.
good night's rest first, then go there after.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can always talk to Mother Vessin. They cured the rat bite, so they might be able to help with.
If it let's see how a good night's sleep works. And
My
maybe
memory's
a
bit
memory
spotty,
reset for me.
my memory's a bit spotty, but I remember that Leo owes me a drink.
Sure.
Your memory is definitely spotting more than it was earlier.
As I said, I remember
There's
Leo
almost-
owes me a drink.
You remember Leo owes you a drink, but there's almost a niceness that you're feeling from it because you've now kind of forgotten enough that
All the bad bits.
you've definitely some of the bad bits have gone. So there's almost a kind of slight balance to you.
What you mean?
Okay,
You
so
might say
you-
happy Fenton.
Not quite that now.
Oh dear.
Is there
You're just
quite a
not
happy
miserable.
I haven't taken it all away. Right, so you make your way. You're back to the Wyvern Inn.
Mm-hmm. I'll buy the first round.
How do we feel when we're in here? We still feel a bit.
You still feel that all of you kind of, I guess, once you start to speak to each other, you start to realise that most of you, other than Quandra, seems to have that kind of sense that you're missing spots of your memory.
I find a bucket full of water, Brad, if there is one around, and I'll stick my head in it.
There's a kind of wash basin kind of at the top of the stairs before you kind of go up to your rooms.
I'll stick my head in it.
Stick head.
Yeah,
Nothing.
blowing all the air out of my nose and my mouth.
Yeah, no, it
come up.
doesn't do it. Doesn't do anything.
Right.
You got to put your head up, but just very damp, thinking that didn't do it. Probably shake yourself off as you're coming back down the stairs.
I'll shake off right next to Fenton.
Leo seems to disappear off and then come back, right, standing next to you with a complete wet head, and is like.
I don't react, I just look.
I look at him back.
You healed me, Birdie. That was good. Thank you.
I tap him on the back.
I'm just going to shake my head.
I nod. I know, Leo. I know.
Anyone have any ideas what that was?
I would tell you all about it, but I'm
No.
quite
No.
thirsty.
Yeah, let's get a drink, sit down, discuss.
Okay.
I was trying to look for how much the drink round was. It's in my notes. So, Candy, can you write down how much the drink knows?
Yes, let me know.
It was. I don't know.
Fucking hell. I used everything.
2 gold.
2 gold, yeah.
Yeah, 2 gold. We'll go with that.
Gold.
I don't mind buying around for that.
Well, that's all of you. Well, that's 5 of you at least getting a drink.
Yeah.
That's about the original amount.
Oh,
And
there
half my
goes.
net worth.
2 gold. Doing it now. 2 gold done.
So you kind of sit down. Have you got a usual table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you find your kind of usual table. Seems to be left more empty nowadays. You seem to have popped up there far too often. Your table seems to be definitely a bit. The table over by the kind of side, somewhat near to the door, so you can still nosy. But you've picked kind of one that's a bit more, slightly out of the way of the middle, over towards the edge near the windows.
Mhm.
And yeah, you come in, you sit down. Morley kind of sees you come in, and he kind of looks over, and Fenton's just kind of giving him a signal and he's like waving. And you all kind of go and sit down, and as you kind of go and sit down, literally about 30 seconds later, the serving lady girl comes out with a tray. I'll sit down, and all your drinks are on it.
Thank you.
You're all looking a bit wide-eyed.
Indeed.
Well, first of all, I'd like to know what you all felt or what happened, because I don't have an idea and I feel absolutely fine.
Just before that happens, can I get Quandra and Quinn to roll a... Sammy, can I get you to also roll at disadvantage? Can I get you to roll a history check? Sammy at disadvantage, and Quandra and Quinn normal, but Quinn, you're still minusing the D4 from yours. And Sammy, you're minusing the D4 from yours.
I'm
Mine's
minus the D4.
11
and-
altogether.
Say that again.
11 altogether.
11 altogether.
Yep.
Minus in 4, did you say?
Yes.
Okay,
D4.
so that. I'll minus a D4. Let's see then.
Yes, D4.
Just for the fun
The
of
same
it now.
D4 you was minusing before.
Because I'm on the 10 at the moment. 8.
Can you use the 2d4 bless thing? The other, not the bless, but the other one.
No, that would have gone by. No, one of them wouldn't. You can use the one. You can put one back on. That one would have still been going unless Chris tells me it's gone.
Don't tell him, Chris, until I've rolled.
It's 10 minutes, Chris. It's 10 minutes. It's longer than 10 minutes, isn't it?
I think it's 10 minutes, mate. Let me just double check, mate, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I got it here, Chris. I think it's longer than 10.
It don't
Well,
matter.
okay.
No, you would have lost it. Yeah, you would have lost it.
Yeah, you would have
It's
done.
8.
It'll take you
It's
about
8.
10,
I
15
don't-
minutes walking.
I got 15.
My
15.
memory's been wiped slightly. I need to reboot.
It's definitely an odd feeling for you, Sammy. Like, there's
Yeah.
a familiarity to it, but at the same time, not in this way. Your mind is always so clear, especially in these last few weeks, sort of thing. And all of a sudden, to have different bits of it kind of just gone, all of a sudden, it's like you're almost thinking, what on earth is it?
Right,
Yeah.
can I help? Can I see that Sammy's trying to do something?
No, you wouldn't notice. This is a history check. This is whether they know.
Okay.
Quandra and Sammy, no. Quinn, the best you can tell is you get inklings of something somewhere you'd once read of things from deep in the earth that seem to find their way kind of nearer to the surface to hunt, and very dangerous for wizards and sorcerers type of thing. That's the best you can tell. What you rolled.
Right, Brad,
Right.
with my background being a sage and as a researcher, It's got when you attempt to learn or recall a piece of law, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom
Okay.
you can
Yes.
obtain it. So
Good call. Okay.
where would I find that information?
Good pointing out. Okay, so you believe if you go back to the library that's in town, you can probably find it.
Yeah.
That's a good point to point out. That's a very good thing to recall. Yes, you think that library would have information on it.
Okay. So I relay that back to the group that I think I could find it in a library.
All right.
What, the
Let's
bitch
try.
lady?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see how. First off, do anybody know anything? 'Cause
I know a little.
My brain's
I've
not
read
working.
about them before.
Okay.
They come from deep underground, and they normally come out to hunt. I mean, I think you're meant to stay away from them. Frankly, that's all I really know.
Okay. Anybody else?
They fucking
Fenton?
hurt.
Nope.
You sort of seemed like you knew it, whether it's just a voice.
It chose the wrong person to mimic.
So we just think it was mimicking, because obviously Leo, you thought you recognized it as well.
Yes. Yeah. He looks very down, Leo.
And it wasn't the person
And
you thought it
confused.
was. No, I'm assuming not.
What was that, Sam?
Assuming not. Assuming not, Sammy.
Okay. So we'd definitely go back there, even if it's only to get your dice box.
Well, personally, I'd like to go to the library in the morning, and I would like
Okay.
Queen to come with me because she remembers reading about it. So, two heads are better than one, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's a good
fair enough.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can go fishing Belgarian again.
Hmm. Okay. So what do we reckon? Sleep now,
Oh,
rest now,
definitely.
sleep, and
Yeah.
then in the morning, if you two ladies go do a little bit of research in the library,
Mhm.
and if Belgarad and see, my brain's gone. This doesn't work. I need to reset. And Fenton go fishing.
I like
Um,
library.
You want to go library as well? Can you read?
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
you?
we'll take Leo to the
Yeah.
library with us.
All right, you go library then.
Yeah.
I'll
You
work
see
on
him cheer up a little bit.
some of the stuff that I've picked up over the past couple of days.
Okay, so you're going to carry on.
Yeah.
I'm guessing while these guys are going to eat dinner, you kind of disappear off, slink off to go and work on some stuff.
Yeah.
Guidance as he turns away.
Thank you, mate.
You
I need
You
all
don't
the
feel
help I can
fuzzy.
get.
touch his hand as he walks away.
Right, well, if you guys will excuse me, I think I'm going to go meditate for a couple of hours.
Sorry,
Yeah,
lady,
okay.
did you say you was putting another one behind the bar?
Go on then, one more round and then I'm bed.
My thanks.
It's only about 8 o'clock by now.
It's
Yeah,
been a
but
long
we're a
day.
bit mashed.
I'm very sore.
Mentally mashed, not so much physically, but mentally. That
Yeah,
we all
that
took
hurt.
most of us took a battering.
Very drained.
So, yeah.
I'll buy one more round. 2 gold.
Yep.
All
Serving
right.
girl brings it over again.
Yep, done.
Did anyone other
said-
than me get hit twice by the thing?
No. She says, Fenton, you're looking quieter than usual. Surprising. And she just kind of walks off.
I'm just looking around.
I think there's a trip to the church tomorrow. See if they can help us.
Well, then see how you feel in the morning. It may wear off with a good
Yeah.
night's sleep.
Yeah.
Smells.
Yeah, I think I'm off. I start to leave and go towards my boat.
Yep. So you kind of go out the front door.
Yeah, I follow.
Leo's following you, Fenton.
Come on, Birdie.
Come
He's
in.
head out. Okay.
There's room in on my boat for another.
He
That
stayed there
leaves
before. innit?
Belgarian and Quinn at the table.
I'm gonna head up to my room.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just like sit on my bed and like think for like maybe half the night, just trying to make sure I can remember like the important memories.
Mm-hmm. We're sitting there trying to kind of concentrate on them.
And,
Cool.
and make sure I
Belgarian?
remember the important people.
Yeah, I'll go to my room and chill out.
Early night for all, just all feeling a bit.
But I was a pincushion, Brad. So
He was. Okay, so the night. All you can complete a long rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
It'll be interesting.
god!
It'll be interesting to see on D&D Beyond whether long rest takes off the maximum hit points.
Yeah, it has.
I don't think it will. Does it do it?
It has, yeah.
It has done it. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, it dropped it back to 30.
Nice.
Good.
That's what I was wondering
Okay.
whether it did it or not.
Aid me.
Aid me. Keith just abused my aid. He just fucking all around the corner and lost it straight away.
that's what it's there for.
Oh dear.
Oh, sorry about that.
I need to aid you now, Keith.
send some healing this way, please.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, all of you done with that? So you wake
Yep.
up in the morning, and waking up in the morning, a bit heavy-headed, but as you wake up, you sit there and kind of in your minds, each one of you as you're waking up, kind of, and you can now remember things that you couldn't remember yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It's gone.
Cool.
So I'm guessing all
Well, I
meeting
just
up down
wake
at
up.
breakfast.
I just
Yeah.
wake up normally because, well, I don't wake up.
Yeah, you kind of just to kind of open your eyes out of your kind of trance and just
Yep.
like, okay, no, I can remember things I couldn't remember yesterday. No, actually, you was fine.
I was
So
fine.
you're just like, yeah, you wake up as normal.
I'm just going to go downstairs and go, how's everyone doing? To see if they all, how they're all feeling.
Birdie, why are we sleeping on the boat?
Maybe that
looks-
part was the part that went.
Yeah, he looks
Out of
outside
room.
to the sea and looks back at Fenton, just shrugs his shoulder, as he doesn't know. Mm-mm.
Come on then, let's go get some breakfast.
Yeah.
And Quinn and Bulgarian, Sammy, you're going to meet up at breakfast.
Oh
yeah.
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 I'm gonna take some time to change my cantrips, but then after that,
Okay.
I'll come down.
Okay.
So you kind of all there at breakfast. Breakfast still gets served to you. You can generally
Thank
kind of ask
God.
to have your breakfast, and they're still serving you breakfast. It seems that you're still in Levi's good graces, and it's still been covered for you.
I can eat today.
You have rations. That's when it gets desperate, when you're sitting inside the Wyvern Inn eating rations.
Yeah.
Chewing on stale bread. So you're all sitting down to breakfast.
Yeah.
I'll decide what you're doing.
What's the plan for today?
I
Right,
think
wanna go-
I'm feeling a lot better. Reset,
Yeah, I am.
connected up some of my loose memory nodules. I seem to be fine again. I'm assuming everyone else seems to look a little bit better. But
Yeah.
I think the plan that we had, that I set out yesterday, seems like a good one to carry on
Mhm.
following. Let's do a little bit of research on what we fought down there before we go back. If you guys want to go and do a little bit of fishing,
Yeah.
seem to have quite a good bit of luck catching lunch, and it's pulling in some money.
pays the bar tab.
Indeed. And I'll carry on looking at the bits and pieces that I've pulled together again. I'll be in the stables, as it were.
Right, so I'm ready whenever Leo and Quinn are ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Leo,
Ready.
you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so us three are going to head to the library.
Okay. And what was everyone else doing? Sammy was working on research
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. I'm gonna
And
carry
Fenton
on.
and Belgarian are going fishing again, leaving
Yeah.
the last three. Okay. Yeah, you go back in and the lady's there, as grumpy as ever. She's like, "Oh, you again? You want to come in again?"
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Becoming too frequent.
Do they like do a yearly pass or something?
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
We're here on Levi's business.
Yeah, 5 gold.
Okay.
What?
5 gold.
Each or all three of us?
All 3 of you.
I put a silver into Quincha's hand.
Thanks. I'll pay the 5 gold.
You need to remember to take the professional bullshitter with you to try and negotiate prices.
Yeah, I
Right,
tried. That was good as it
5 gold.
gets.
5 gold paid.
Okay, so you 3 go in. Is there something specific? What do you want to specifically look for?
Oh, Quinn remembered reading about it,
Say
so
thank you.
I'm hoping that she can.
Are you all specifically trying to find that thing as opposed to anything else?
For now, yes.
Yeah.
And if we find anything while we're there, that's worth taking notes of, I'll take notes of that as well.
Okay, so you find a book with all the necessary details in it. I'm giving you this because of your ability and the fact you pointed out, Candy.
Yeah.
The thing you fought is called an oblex. It is an ooze that has been experimented on down very dark, kind of underdark of the world. And the kind of at first it doesn't give you any kind of major characteristics than it, other than that because it's an ooze, it seems to have the ability to make copies of things, and those things seem real, and that it specifically hunts intelligent creatures and feeds on their memories.
Okay.
Then
Can
why
I
did it
read more
pick on
into
me?
the memory part of that? Can
What's
I
that?
read more into the stealing of memories part of that? Is that something we can do?
In what sense? So it feeds on them, kind of thing. It's what kind of it essentially feeds it, and it kind of that's what it's hunting normally. And most of the time, it's stated that it ends up killing whatever it's feeding off of by accident.
Okay.
The other thing you do note is, I would say that you reading into it a bit more. You believe that it doesn't say it in the book, but you believe that the memories that it's feeding off you is also what it's using to create the things that you
The
saw.
shadow figures.
So, yeah, that's kind of what you know in terms of thing, in terms of with you guys. Leo, as you're kind of going through it with them, that seems to kind of tell you that that's how you saw Kasha. You now kind of feel a bit more comfortable that it wasn't specifically him.
Okay. That's
You're
good
still upset,
news. Hmm?
Still makes you upset though, but
Yeah.
you feel like it wasn't him. You feel like you didn't leave him down there.
Okay, cool.
And while I'm there, will I pick up on anything else?
Not specifically because you're more so looking into that creature as such.
Mm-hmm.
That creature you kind of find in an old kind of big book that has kind of records of distant tales of kind of different monsters, things to watch out for, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We
Would I
find
take
out
it?
if they like hunt in like a pack, or if like where we found them is at their like hunting place.
It's less of a tale of what happened in that particular kind of way, and more of details on what the creature is, rather than a specific event.
Sure,
Does
okay.
it tell us how they actually die, or if they die, or if we just sort of like separate them from the figures and they go back and then come back later?
It does mention that if the figures are, it tells you that you read into it, and it says that the creations that it creates are tethered to the actual ooze itself. Normally, there is some gunky tether that passes along a floor. The distances it can go is surprising. It says, doesn't give you any specifics, but it says the tetherings are what keep the uh, copied copied thing in place, and if they seem to go too far or don't have the tether in some way, then that's when they disappear.
So ideally, we want to look for a piece of something just
The other thing is to note,
trailing
you
behind
do
them.
know, the other thing you get to note as well is that they're normally very solitary things. You don't find them in packs. They're normally one random thing. There's another thing that says they're very
So
solitary.
what happened to us last night was unusual in itself. Then that there was more than
Potentially,
one
yeah.
there.
But the thing you do gain from it is a sense that those tunnels could go on further and further. For it to be under them tunnels, you get an inkling that those tunnels must lead to somewhere far further afield than just where you was originally thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which
just in case we find them again, does it say any weaknesses?
it does. And at the point when you read this, Quandra, you kind of go, ah. They don't like fire. They
Right.
very much don't like fire. And I don't know if you noticed a certain point in the battle when things didn't roll so good for me. Yeah, so that's the thing it says that they're thingy.
Right. Cool.
Also, actually, the one last detail you do get as well is that they can fit through the tiniest of tiniest gaps. So that's most of what you get.
So does that mean we did kill it or we didn't kill it?
Everything went silent. You believe you killed it.
But going on the research that they've just done, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming we're talking about this in the pub in the Wyvern
You probably
area.
will catch up with this at a later point. Yeah.
Yeah. So going on the research that you've done, do you believe that we killed it?
I believe they killed it. She killed it. Because I'd cursed it. And when the
Yeah.
creature dies, it gives me back life. It does like a life drain. And when when the creature disappeared like 3 times,
yeah,
my spell didn't give me back life drain. But when the very last one went
and 4
okay.
popped.
Wow, that's actually clever, Fenton.
No, that all computes. That adds up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
But I
quite
do
as happy
think-
as I was yesterday, Quinn.
I do think we have to go back though, because
Yeah, well,
they are meant to be solitary creatures and not hunting packs. So that tells me that I think there's more.
That's,
No, they are
you think
solitary.
there's more? They are solitary. You said.
Yeah, as in they are. As in they're normally random ones, not multiples.
That's cool.
you see Leo putting all his stuff together, puts his backpack on, bedroll,
Huh?
his boots.
His boots are
We're
made
gonna
for
go down
walking.
there and check the area out.
Yeah, I think we do. I think that's what we need to do. Am I having any luck, Brad, on the all this stuff that I'm looking at? Am I understanding any of it?
I'm writing down hours. It's
Okay.
going to probably take you a while. It's
Are we
quite
sure we want to go back down there?
very alien.
Massive
again.
amount of treasure.
May I suggest that everyone has a torch? That is
I
lit.
have 5.
Need a torch? You don't need a torch.
I know, but I'm on about the others Make
They've
sure
got
they have a
their own ways
torch.
of doing things.
because it does seem that they don't like fire.
Yeah, but I think that's more a case of if you hit them with it, not if they looking at it.
Yeah.
A torch doesn't. Yeah. A torch really isn't a good thing to use as a weapon.
That's all right. I'll just throw some firebolts at them.
Yeah.
I do no fire damage, I'm afraid.
I cast light on as we come out of the pub. I cast light on Sammy's hat.
Cool.
Just your hat seems a bit brighter in the daylight.
Ding.
Me and Belgarian went out early, so we'd be back at lunchtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We
what
would wait for you, obviously. So
Yeah, so I reckon we've had some lunch
yeah, we're waiting
before
for
we
you.
go, and then once you're there,
What do I normally get you guys to roll? See if you catch a fish.
Animal
Yeah,
handling.
Yep. Animal
Yeah, there
handling.
you
He's
go.
ready
there
for
There
it.
you go. That's what they're waiting for.
Yeah,
That's what they're
they're
waiting for,
waiting.
Brad.
It's gotta be
Eager.
Bulgarian.
17.
11 that time.
Oh, I'd say you missed it this time, and Fenton comes back with a fish.
Finally.
A fish.
Yeah. So you come back with a fish this time, Fenton, and Bulgarian's like, ugh, must be off because of yesterday.
Hand it over to the bar. Tell them to keep it for the tab money, and then get ready to go.
Okay.
One second. I know
Yeah.
we're helping, and that's great. But are we actually getting anything out of this?
Don't know yet.
We'll find out and see whether it's killed loads of other adventurers and stolen all their shit.
I'm sold.
I have said that before, but yeah, let's at least go and see.
We can moan about it after, Quinn.
Fair enough.
Are we going to start this now or wait until next week now because of the time?
No, we can instantly be there.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. You ain't got
Bling.
unless
I'll call it in a minute. Don't worry, I will call it.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure that was all. I didn't want to get
No, that's cool.
because I know Stuart's normally got to go at 11.
Yeah, and I often don't look at the time, but yeah.
Yeah,
No,
let's
I
do
was
a walking
looking
time
at
lapse.
it. Okay, so you're making your way back?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back
Um,
to the place that we met the Oblex.
As you're kind of exiting the pub, you see Balasar come running up. It says, "Oh, there you guys are. To try and find you. I just wanted to warn you that the rats that attacked Levi's mansion, we've had some rats attacking in town at night. Last night we had a couple of different attacks in different locations, and a couple of injuries, but nothing too major. But definitely a concern.
Okay.
How did you guys fare at trying to find where they are?"
I hold
we're
up my
hoping-
hand for coin, Brad.
He has no idea what you're doing. He just looks at you.
And then I'll do that.
we found something down in the subway, in the sewers, but some sort of creature, and I explained what Quandra Quinn found. But we don't know how it's linked up as yet. But it was all in the same area. We found some of these rat people actually dicing down in the sewers, in that same area. So while we don't know what the connection is, we're about to head back down there and see what else we can find.
Okay. Be wary because there's definitely still plenty more of them.
Yeah.
We've seen at least accounts of what we was told last night. Multiple groups of at least 8 to 10.
Did we
And
lose
report-
anyone? Anyone
didn't,
get
we had
taken away or?
No, a couple of injuries, but the guards, we've upped the patrols of guards. We've got guards around, like checking the streets constantly at the moment. So we was kind of somewhat prepared for it, but definitely a type of attack that we haven't suffered before.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're thinking, but potentially showing more aggression than they've shown before.
Still got my hand out, pointing to my hand, Brad. As Stuart's demonstrated in the chat.
In what chat?
chat,
What?
chat.
What's that?
Fair enough.
he kind of ignores you, Leo, and he's like, "Just be wary," and he kind of marches off with a couple more guards he's got with him.
Last light on his hat as he walks away.
I'll tell you, we'll come and see him later, Brad. We'll discuss it more.
I tell
I
Leo.
do it discreetly.
I tell Leo, don't worry. We'll talk to Levi about maybe compensation.
He nods to you as he walks away, Fenton.
His shiny hat.
Yeah, bright. It's kind of all the shadows have gone from it, and it's now just.
Oh dear.
The light.
It won't affect him an awful lot in the daytime, though.
No.
But Sammy's is now gone.
Yeah, it's all right.
More shadows on Sammy's hat all of a sudden. Okay, so back off to where?
To the
place.
sewers, yeah.
To the
To the
treasure.
place.
To the place we've been before.
Yeah.
Back
To go and collect our treasure, Bradley.
Yes.
Okay,
All the
Bradley.
magical items. And gold.
so you make your way down to the beachside through the caves into the kind of first part of the sewers. You get into the sewer part, and the door is closed again.
Bugger.
And that's where we leave it.
I'm prepared for it. Don't worry.
Till next week. So next week we'll pick up from there. I wasn't sure if you was going to get that thing or not. I knew it was potential, and definitely helped with Candy's thing.
See, it does help to read up sometimes.
Oh, very good.
I didn't know if he
Trying
was
to get
going
me
to
to
run or not.
leave.
Could have been very dangerous. I think you kind of did well in the sense that most of you were already hurt, other than you, Fenton. Kind of managed to. You've got some of the right things at the right point, so that definitely could have gone a lot worse.
Only because I used everything to heal myself back up again.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Chris used all these as well.
I used
So
all my
what I
spell slots
mean
to
is,
magic missile.
I
used all my spell slots to magic missile.
yeah, that's what I mean. You threw kind of everything at it, but what I mean is, in terms of who was at the front, in terms of where it was, you don't know exactly where it was. You can maybe make assumptions, but in effect, the way people who, in terms of where you was standing, made a bit of a difference as well. If you was in a very different order, that could have gone.
Oh, what, so my running away helped?
Yes, it did. It kept you further away from it. And Candy walking back and forwards also helped.
Yeah, I knew I was cock blocking it to protect against.
You was, yes, you was.
her
It didn't want
anyway.
you. It didn't want you. It didn't want you, but you was there. So in the end, it was like, oh, fine, fuck it, we'll have him. You're still more intelligent than others, so
Really?
it was suffice that.
Yeah, I only moved next to Sammy so that I could try and intercept if it attacked him.
Yeah.
While still blocking it off against Candy.
That was good, as I said. It definitely could have gone bad.
And it's good that I actually rolled that 20 to get the double hit.
One thing to point out to if in case you missed it, Stu, there was a very different. There was a definite difference in how angry it was from you compared to what you saw on the way down. On your way back down to it was, you heard it laughing and stuff like that. When you got all the way back and you then see it again when Quinn was telling you about it, that one was very angry. And there was a definite difference. and
The smoky arms.
I don't know if you probably didn't ask them afterwards and whatnot, but they could see them ones, but they couldn't see the original ones as well.
I don't want to be there anymore.
Well, almost like it was two different things.
There is the oddness there like that. You're not completely sure what, but there was definitely a difference from the annoyance and aggression of the ones that you were fighting compared to the one as you led down. You could hear it originally laughing and speaking your name, and then when you saw it, and obviously what it said to you. Do you remember what it said to you?
Yeah, but it's different memories, though, isn't it? If he's
Don't
using the
leave your
memories.
friends or don't leave your
Don't
company.
don't leave your troops.
Don't leave your troops. That didn't say it to you in an aggressive manner at all. None of that had any sense of aggression. And as far as you're aware, no one could see the original bit when you were talking about the shadows and the pipes and everything else. But they all saw the other ones that you was fighting against. So you as Fenton knows that there was something weird there. Because of the sense that you spoke to the others, they couldn't see it, and then all of a sudden they could see this. So sank in your mind, playing in the back of your mind.
Did Quinn and Condra, as part of their research, did it say that you used the memories?
It did.
Yes.
It uses the memories to it feeds on your memories and uses the memories to go into whatever shape they go into.
Nice.
Cheers for that all.
Yep.
Cool. Well done, Keith. Well done for being
yeah,
here.
well done, Keith. Yeah, well done, Keith.
You can go and die quietly now upstairs.
I'm going to bed now.
Fair enough,
I
mate.
feel better soon.
Later.
Yeah,
Hope you
indeed.
feel better soon, mate. Ultra.
Oh,
Get to see which ones he's throwing away as they start doing bad.
properly
Yeah,
lit
last time
now
I had
as well.
two dice on the floor last time.
Ooh, I need to quickly get my charger.
Yeah, by the end of the session, those dice trays are going to be empty.
Yeah, with hundreds of pounds worth of dice smashed in the corner.
What?
Yeah, probably. Hundreds of pounds? No, of course
Yeah.
not.
The new dice gel, which is actually a rock breaker.
I think that's like the main thing I'm looking for. I'm going to buy some new dice at Comic-Con.
I
Are
didn't
you
like
going,
any
Ad?
last time though.
I am going,
I
yeah.
really didn't like any. I would love to get some more.
I only liked
just
the
didn't
I
like
liked
them
the
as well.
dice that were fucking they were pre-production ones. They
Oh, yeah,
had
that's
them out.
right.
Oh, the
Um,
wooden
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah, maybe saying that.
The
I was
wooden
like,
one?
Yeah, the one with the
No.
wheel that you did the
Yeah,
raffle.
yeah.
I was like, oh, they're nice dice. Like, how much are they? He
Yeah.
goes, oh, we haven't got a price yet, and they're pre-production. We're doing a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah, I'll
was
go
like-
this time. They'll be there.
Seems
You
to
should have
nice
turned his
guy
table over,
called
Stu.
Witcher
Yeah.
Dice.
Yeah.
Flip the table.
I'm
That's what I
waiting
think
this
of your
time to buy
fucking
them.
dice.
Yeah, that's what I think of your fucking idea. Tricking me into thinking you've got something for sale when it's just a bed of lies.
And the worst D&D invention we saw as well, didn't we?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Ah, he.
Oh, what? The things that you show your phone
Right,
to.
darling.
Yeah, correct.
That was features for the sake of features. That was.
I loved it.
Oh, that stupid
It was
online app
fucking
thing.
terrible.
It was awful. I walked away
The
before.
packaging was amazing. Like everything looked amazing, and it was just like, what does it do?
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
What's it do? Pretty much nothing at this point.
I said, can it roll dice? And he went, no. He goes, that's a feature we're probably going to add. I was like, can you add like a character sheet or like give you like details on because they're all class pins, weren't they?
Yeah.
And he goes, no. He goes, we haven't got 5e licensing. Keith had gone. I was just about. I think I was leaving there. Chris was trying to be polite, and he goes, what he can do is like because he was showing him a barbarian. That's why Chris was still loitering.
Of course, yeah.
And he goes, what he can do is you can press this button called Rage, and he goes, Rah! And then I think Chris left.
They were like £150 for all of them. I think.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
like, they were like
Wow.
30 odd quid
It was
each,
amazing.
or the set for 150.
Yeah.
Did you just
If
say
they
it
were
was
like
amazing?
cheaper, I would consider getting one.
He turned his table over. He went in and set up.
Yeah,
Table
Yeah.
turnover.
yeah. But as Chris said, the packaging was very good. But
The
it was,
pins themselves were really nice as well. The pins were
Yeah.
nice.
But if they were cheaper,
They were nice
I'd get
little
three for the
pins.
pin.
No, that's what I was thinking. It's too much just for the pin. If they were
Yeah,
like 15,
too much,
20
yeah.
quid,
no, that's
maybe
that's what Adam said. If you listen to him,
35.
he said if it was cheaper.
Ah.
If
If
you
you think
listen
about
to
it,
him,
It's just the
I
app.
was already talking at that point, Stu. He would already left
If you
his
listen
job
to him.
be able
If you listen to him,
I'm listening.
I don't.
no,
wanna
that's
say
his one thing he's got important to say. You can talk
That
now.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done for the day.
Yeah, he's done for the day.
What map is that?
What?
What map do you have on your screen?
What map?
The map on your screen on the photo.
Oh, that's Ark, the island.
Oh.
I was planning.
I thought you was plotting.
I was plotting something, but not that map.
Yeah, wrong game.
Hey, you can see all the lines I drew on it.
Mhm. Got no space.
I've probably got another 2 weeks of just sorting out boxes.
Oh, I hear that.
I don't know how I got all the I don't know where the stuff came from that was in my room before we did this room. Like it's not fitting back. So how did it get out? I don't understand.
It's the ghost of brothers past.
It was Jenga, didn't it?
It must have been. I've got more room now, and it's still not fitting.
So because of that, I know I should take the time.
Will it be as obvious as Div's ledge here?
Yeah, yeah.
Hidden
It's not
ledge
right.
here.
It's me who done it, but when you see it, it's so. It's literally like two very obvious lines that are very
Okay.
different. Everything else is lovely, but that bit it was to do with the height difference. And yeah, it was just like, no, I'm
are
done.
you pointing it out because you know there are certain people in the group that are pendants and will take the piss and point it out?
Yeah, I'm giving you advance warning.
I don't know who that could be.
I'm giving you advance warning, so then that way it's a known thing. So that when you point it out, it's not like, oh look, this is a surprise. It's like, no, you already knew it was coming. It shouldn't be a surprise. That's if you find it. Blimey, you might just die before you get there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
encouraging.
That's another way of stopping the adventure next week, isn't it?
I'm going
Yeah,
to
see-
fight.
Oh,
CBK.
re-rolling characters.
CBK, we'll meet back here in 3 weeks with new characters.
I know.
I'm going to the
I know
pub.
Chris was saying about his character being dead, but if you kill Fenton, I'm gonna kill all your family, including you, Adam.
I'll accept it. I accept
Adam,
it.
you're first.
Including you,
is
Adam.
Is that how many
Yeah.
sessions it takes, Stuart, for you to become completely psychotically attached?
Enamoured. Yeah.
Just the
No,
name, is that it?
normally
Is that the number?
it's one session, mate. So, but with Fenton, I think I was attached before we'd even started playing. So,
Session 0.
yeah, session 0. Yeah, session 0.